Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the organizing committee, I'm delighted to welcome you all to day two of the International Conference on Innovation on Science, Technology, and Management. Yesterday set a wonderful tone with insightful keynotes and thought provoking discussions, and we are excited to carry that energy forward today with more engaging sessions and diverse perspective from across the globe. We are especially pleased to welcome our moderator for today's session, Dr. Shashidhar Kinike. Dr. Shashidhar Kinike is currently working as a professor and head of the Department of MCA of Srinivas Institute of Technology, Valachil, Mangalore. He is awarded with the PhD degree from Mangalore University for the thesis entitled Data Modeling for Technical Institution Data Warehouse Using eCRM. He has presented papers in international conferences and papers in national conferences. One of his paper entitled Data Management in Technical Institutions in India with special reference to Karnataka State Dakshina Kannada district was selected for the best paper award in one of the international conference. His area of the interest is AI and ML, e-commerce, internet technology, web programming, data modeling, data mining, data warehousing, CRM, and computer networking. He has published paper in IEE, Springer, IJCA, and IJCMR. He was visited China and Singapore for the prestigious IEEE conference and presented research papers. He is approved research guide from VTU Belgaum. Two students awarded with PhD from Vishweshwaraya Technological University, Belagavi, Karnataka, India. And currently one student is working under him for his PhD from Vishweshwaraya Technological University, Belgaum, and two students in Srinivas University in the area of machine learning, deep learning, data mining, and big data analytics. Dr. Kinney's expertise and guidance will surely enrich the proceedings and help us navigate the discussions ahead with great clarity and focus. Welcome you, sir. I also extend my welcome to our delegates for today's presentation. Also welcome our media team and technical team for our international conference. I also extend my warm welcome to my colleagues, my students for this presentation. With that, let us begin today's journey of knowledge sharing and collaboration. Wishing everyone an inspiring and productive day too. Thank you.
So we have our first presentation, Prajwal Shetty.
Hello, I am audible.
Yes.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I am Prajwal. My topic is historical geopolitical risk and the behavior of stock returns in advanced economies. Slide, ma'am. Introduction slide. Introduction. Geopolitical risk means the uncertainty like war, terrorism attacks, or a trade problems, but it affects the stock prices in advanced countries like USA, Germany, France, and Japan. In their stock markets react very quickly and strongly to risk. It is a big problem in stock prices, and investors also getting scared in there. But later, economics are recovering very quick and strong systems, and having a good policies to support markets, and they having a good financial institutions. But in this study, past geopolitical risks have affected stock returns, how different industries are responding it. Next slide. Objective of study. Objective studies. First one, to see how big world events affect stock markets in advanced countries. Then to understand which industries are more affected and which remaining strong. Then to study how investors are react by shifting to safe options like gold and bonds, some policies. Then to check how governments and central banks helps recover the market, and to understand how global connections spread this risk across the countries. Next slide. Research methodology. This research is based on secondary data, refers like market report and earlier research papers. Then two main approaches are like to check short-term market reactions like what attacks and all. Then to see long-term effects like geopolitical risks. It is focused on advanced countries. Then how different industries are responding, then how investors change their behavior, and how governments support the markets during the problems. Next slide. Findings like it is causes sudden fall in market, but advanced economics they are recovering faster because of stronger systems and policies. But industries are react different, like defense, energy, and cyber security are getting benefits, like dealing with weapons. Then airlines and tourism and services are getting losses. Then investors usually move their money to safe options like gold, USA bonds. Then government policies and central banks take actions to stable in their market. Next slide. Conclusion and suggestions. Geopolitical risks have a strong short-term impact on advanced economies, but they recover over time with strong policies and their financial institutions. Then investors also look for the safe asset during these problems when occur. But sectors like tourism and aviations remain in the same most problems. But it suggests that government should build quick response in systems and strong market policies. Instead of putting all money in one place, it should invest in many options like stocks, bonds, and golds. Yeah, next slide. A reference like Ghosh S and Lambert et N. It is published in 2020. Then Gupta R and Low CKM and Over ME. It is published in 2019. Goodell J W and Goat S. It is published in 2021. Yeah, thank you.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Dr. Kinney here.
Yes, sir.
Have you applied any statistical tool to have a relation between the disaster and your stock thing?
No, sir.
Without applying a statistics, how do you come to the conclusion that this may affect? Because any standard deviation or the correlation between the data you are having it is only a theory paper you are presenting it. As per the theoretical aspect, you cannot conclude it. But at least you need to have a data set or a database so that at least you can think of having a standard deviation or the correlation between the data you are having it, so that you can come to the conclusion that this may affect your shares or whatever it is. I think you are not applied any statistical tool, I believe, Prajwal.
Yes, sir.
It's all right, but try to use it, okay, in the future,
Okay, okay.
future your papers, okay. Without
Okay,
that
sir.
thing, we cannot have a conclusion. Just thanks for the presentation. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Up next, we have Sharanya. Sharanya, are you there?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Is it time audible, sir?
Yes, you're audible.
Good morning, sir. I'm Sharanya B. Today I'm here to present my paperwork on the topic Portfolio Diversification Strategy and the Impact on the European Real Estate Industry Investment Decision. Moving to the introduction slide. This study is all about how diversification affects the risk-return performance of a company. So I here examine 10 listed property companies across Europe. Moving to the objective of the study. Next slide. The main motto of the study is to know about how to maximize the return with the minimum level of risk, and also measuring the different levels of portfolio risk, analyzing the portfolio beta values, and also measuring the effectiveness of the diversification. Moving to the research plan and methodology slide. This research is purely based on secondary data sources. Here the observation over the European real estate over the time period. Time period will be January 2020 to December 2024. It is important to mention there are mainly two components of portfolio risk. One is non-systematic risk and another one is systematic risk. Non-systematic risk, which can be diversified and which is internal to the company. For example, company's poor management, product and service, etc. And another one, systematic risk. It is also known as market risk because it cannot be reduced by the portfolio diversification. In order to find out this, I used two variables as tools. In order to find out the non-systematic risk, I used standard deviation as a tool and beta in order to know the degree of relationship between the company and market. It is nothing but systematic risk. And I found out the research findings. Next slide. I come to know about that diversification helps in reducing the unsystematic risk and also support the long-term wealth creation. It can reduce the risk up to the ninth asset, hence where the non-systematic risk will be almost zero, and but the systematic risk at the stage of 0.005%. And I come to know about that return is completely based on how the asset is correlated with the European market, and there is no relationship between the number of assets and the portfolio return. Moving to the next slide. I would like to conclude by saying unsystematic risk can be reduced through the diversification process, but systematic risk cannot be eliminated. For example, systematic risk like changes in government rules and regulations, inflation rate, etc. And I would like to suggest that there should be an active management is needed. Like investors should not be depend on passive diversification, and cross country diversification should be there. And in order to maximize the return with the minimum level of risk, investors should thoroughly and frequently monitor the real estate portfolios. And next slide. Here I refer the prior studies like Ling Naranjo in 2002. In that study they were applied the CAPM approach, that is capital asset pricing model, which is also known as single beta model. Thank you.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
Sharanya,
Yes, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Have you used any statistical tool there?
Standard deviation, sir.
Standard deviation using Excel?
Yes, sir. Little bit of
Have
Excel.
you used why the model CAPM is used?
So this is I took reference from the 2002 study, sir.
And your data is very obsolete because the reference is what you are talking about 2000. It is the maximum 2002, the references you are having it.
Yes, sir.
And
sir.
it is a very old thing you are having it. As per the present scenario is concerned, how exactly your subject comes into here. Because as per the 2025, where exactly you stand in this particular case.
In future paper, I will do that, sir.
You should see that at least whenever you are doing a research paper, at least back 5 years data, you are supposed to have it. That the recent information you are supposed to be have it. Okay, this is very old data and it is obsolete now. Okay,
Okay, sir.
try to incorporate these things and
Yes, sir.
have a very good research paper. Maybe in the next conference you can think of having it. Okay, thank you so
Sure,
much.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Pavitra, who is an offline presenter.
Can I start? Good morning, everyone. My name is Pavitra. Today I am presenting a paper on impact of dividend announcement on stock prices. Next. Next. Next, introductions. Dividend announcement play a crucial role in a signal about a company financial stability and growth future. And if the company announce a high dividend, it gives a management confidence and earnings. Next, stock prices often respond quickly to dividend news, reflecting change in investor expectations. Studying the impact of HEPT to understand market efficiency, it understood investor behavior and the link between dividend policy and shareholder wealth. Next. Objectives to evaluate impact of dividend announcement on stock price behavior. Like in marketing, the investors' behavior and the wealth of shareholders is give informations. Next, and here uses the hypothesis, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Next. Here, a research plan is based on secondary data, and here statistical tool used event study method. This event study method is analytical tool applied in finance and economic assess how a particular incident influences market value of a firm and industry. Next, in that compute return, it refers to finding out percentage change in stock price over a given time frame. Next, average return. It is a typical return uh, earned by a set of stock over chosen period. Next. Next, abnormal return. Next, cumulative abnormal return. Next, t-value. It's a statistical measure obtained that indicate how much observed data deviates from expected value relative to the variability in the data. Research findings, it gave that important signals of market like the investors when they have to buy the stocks and their behavior. And next, it is a boost investor confidence and derive stock price upward. Next. Next, conclusion. The dividend announcement play a crucial role in shaping stock price movement in the Indian market. Next suggestion, it encouraged follow a clear and consistent dividend policy. It balance reward shareholders with supporting long-term business growth. Next, dividend announcement should be effective communication tool, conveying that company financial stability and growth. Next. I referred DFJ Suganya and K. Vijaytharan in published 2024, impact of dividend announcement on share prices, evidence from material sector company listed in Colombo Stock Exchange. Thank you.
Okay, Pavitra. You talk about secondary data, isn't it? What is the size of the data you are having?
Like I selected in NSE 20 companies, in that the dividend after the announcement, before and after, like how they react the price.
What are the attributes of the data you are having it? Attributes mean the name of the data you are having it.
Like, and I selected the 20 companies.
Okay, fine.
Next, if the dividend announcement is 13, then before 20 days and after 20 days. Next, I calculated like event study method.
My question is, with the 20 companies data, can you predict your hypothesis? Which hypothesis is true here? Whether you have a null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Which hypothesis is true as per the research?
Null
finding?
hypothesis.
Null hypothesis. There is no relationship between that. That is your null hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis is not true.
Null hypothesis means it come a negative, like when they announce dividend announcement, the dividend may be it decrease like negatively. It depends upon the company's financial growth.
Okay.
In alternative means doesn't affect the stock prices or dividend announcement.
If any company announces the dividend, it depends on the health of the company,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
That is your hypothesis zero?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Up next, we have Ranjit D. Ranjit, are you there? Is there Shilpa K? Sri Lakshmi? Shikha? Shika, are you there? Moving on to the next presenter, Pavitra. Apurva, are you there? Apurva, please unmute your mic. Apurva, could you please unmute your mic? Apurva, you're not audible. Moving on to the next one, Shilpa K and Shikha. Moving on to the next one, Professor Chinju. Moving on to the next presenter, Professor Stephen R. Tallis.
Yes, ma'am, I am there. Hello, can you, sir?
Hello, Stephen. How are you?
Yeah, I'm certainly there. I'll share and start my presentation.
Okay. Welcome to the international conference. Present your paper. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
first share my screen, sir.
Yeah. Tell me.
Just hold on for a second. I'll share the PPT. Sir, can you see the PPT on the screen?
Yeah, yeah. Just move on. Next slide.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. Yes, go ahead with my presentation.
Yeah.
So my presentation is about assessing and forecasting the volatility in US dollar index, a Garsh and e-Garsh approach. So I'll be concentrating on the predicting part of DXY volatility. So just let me tell you what is DXY. DXY is dollar index. It is measured against a basket of currencies which are from developed countries. So it is a measure to assess volatility. So even India follows the US dollar very closely for all its dealings all over the world, and US dollar is the leading currency in the world. So my intention here in my study is to just predict the volatility from the year 2021 till April 2025. So I'll proceed with the presentation. So here the contents are in 5 different segments. I introduce first, then objectives, literature review objectives, data and methodology, and conclusion. So I'll proceed with my presentation. First is introduction. So as you can see on the screen, dollar index is the key indicator of global economy, and which is a relative measure against a basket of currencies of major trading countries in the world. And my study is about e-Garsh and Garsh approach. So first we started with Garsh approach. It speaks about the time varying volatility. So time varying volatility means we study variance for different segments of time. So for example, if there is a event either positive or negative, each time segment, it will have certain amount of volatility. So I am just measuring this time varying volatility using Garsh and e-Garsh approach. So people may think they're those watching what is GARSH. GARSH is a
Yes, yes, sir.
generalized auto-regressive.
Yeah, I have joined just now. Will you be able to post my
Heteroscedastic model.
PPT, or I should do
Just
it from?
somebody else is speaking. Okay. So
I
next
have
I'll
done.
proceed
I
with
have unmuted.
I'll proceed with the literature review. So first, I have studied many literatures. Only I have mentioned a few on my screen. Volatility modeling using GARSH type of models started from the year 1986 by a person called as Bollersleeve. In 1986, he started, and it was extended by Nelson in 1991. So GARSH started with the Bollerev started with the GARSH model. Then Nelson in 1991 introduced eGARSH. Okay, eGARSH is nothing but the extension using exponential statistics. Okay, a few among we have a big list of literature reviewed. I'll mention only one or two. So Bhargava and Konku in 2023 examined the impact of exchange rate fluctuations on US stock market returns, emphasizing interconnectedness of currency movements and equity market dynamics. He studied about how currency markets and equity markets move in tandem. Then let me speak about one more here in the literature. Gupta and Kashyap in 2016 applied eGARSH model to analyze gold price dynamics. So same, to measure the volatility of gold, they studied the eGARSH model. Then Zepri and his team, Zepri et al., that is Zepri and his team in 2022, modeled the Malaysian stock market volatility using GARSH and eGARSH and Copula models. So all three popular models in time series dynamics. So these are some of the literatures. Why I studied this particular area is India in all its dealings with America is undergoing so much tensions in the recent days. So I thought studying DXY, that is dollar index, would be an ideal thing right now, because India and the American governments have a lot of frictions with regard to trade deals. Now here, despite the rich body of literature, focused studies on US dollar index remain scarce. So you don't see studies related to DXY and predicting the volatility. Hardly any studies are there. So I have taken this study with this intention. Now let me go to the main part of this presentation. So let me state my objectives first. So let me state the objectives. The first objective, there's only one objective mainly, to model the volatility dynamics. Okay, how volatility can be seen within the GARSH, that is time lag, that is 1:1, and eGARSH, the time lag 1:1 framework. And the second one is naturally I'm using the same first dynamics to predict volatility and returns. So it's only one objective. I have divided into two. First one, I am studying the volatility dynamics using both these models. And second one, I am predicting future volatility and how we can use that volatility to predict the DXY. Okay, so next I'll move further. So data and methodology. So here in my study, I have used the daily closing prices of US dollar index from 1st January 2021 to 11th April 2025. And my study is sourced from investing.com database. The focus on log returns of DXY. I'm not taking just the ordinary returns. I'm taking the log normal returns of DXY, which are computed as the difference between the natural logarithms of the closing prices of dollar index. And my data sets consist of 1113 data points. So from 2021 till 2025 April, I have 1113 data points capturing the dynamic behavior of DXY during a period characterized by macroeconomic volatility, post-pandemic recovery, and interest rate fluctuations, and geopolitical tension. In this period from 2021 to 2025, you can see so many things. Post-pandemic, that is corona recovery you see, and then macroeconomic volatility, wars, mainly Israel in Gaza, then we have Iran war, then we have got Russia dealing with Ukraine, and so many interest rate fluctuation and so many geopolitical tensions have been there in this particular period. So I have used volatility modeling. I already said that is Garsh and eGarsh. Okay, and preliminary inspection suggested. So from the preliminary data I have come across the presence of volatility clustering, because we have got so many events during that period, and each cluster there is the volatility, a typical characteristic of a financial time series. Okay, a financial time series you'll observe in different news-based time periods. There is heightened volatility, so that you can see in this data too. But for a layman, if he sees the data, okay, I'll proceed further. So this is coming to the stationary testing. So for any time series data to proceed with it has to clear the stationarity testing. Okay, to examine the stationarity of DXY, I have used ADF test. So ADF is augmented Dickey Fuller test. I have used and applied for my data, and from the data it is very clear. Yes, very clear that this augmented Dickey Fuller test statistics, it is somewhere showing minus 25.30. It's a clear thing that the data is stationary. So if the data is not stationary, I cannot proceed with my research further. So therefore, what I found is at different levels of test criterion, I found that the data is stationary. So I can proceed with my study further. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. So now I apply the volatility modeling using Garsh and eGarsh model. Separately, I have applied one by one to model and forecast the conditional volatility of US dollar index. Both Garsh and eGarsh models, yeah, are well suited for capturing volatility clustering, and leptocurtis is commonly observed in the financial return series. And my now study is clear for Garsh and eGarsh because it is stationary. Okay, now I have put the statistics on the table. That is volatility modeling using Garsh and eGarsh. So you can see the parameters. You can see on the screen the parameters. And in the parameters, we concentrate mainly on the alpha value. Okay, alpha arch term. Arch is autoregressive, yeah, conditional heteroskedasticity. So that is alpha is 0.0328, and we have got the beta term. Beta is the Garsh term. So that is generalized term, that is 0.9609. So what do you see here is both together are very important. The high value of beta, the beta value is very high, that is 0.96, and the alpha value is around 0.03. So both together, if you include, somewhere they are very close to 1, suggesting a highly persistent volatility process where shocks to volatility decay slowly over a time. So what happens is that in different periods, there is heightened volatility. So that is suggesting that these both alpha and beta parameters summed up to 1. So therefore, in periods of heightened tensions all across the world, the volatility in dollar index is very high, and it slowly reduces and stabilizes over a period of time. So I have studied only this for the sample period, 2021 to 2025. So let me move to the eGarsh model. So eGarsh model is slightly different from the Garsh model, where exponential data is considered. So here you see one more thing, that is time varying with the leverage effect. So here we do not study only the time varying volatility, but also we study the leverage effect of that particular volatility. Here you can see the alpha 0.05, and the gamma is C3 is 0.013, and you see both alpha value as well as the gamma value are very negligent. So therefore you can say that for studying dollar index during this period, eGarsh model is not so suitable. Yeah, not so suitable considering or comparing with the Garsh model.
Hello,
So
tell me,
yes,
sir.
sir.
You just conclude because GARCH and EGARCH, we came to know what may be the today's scenario in the dollar index as
Okay.
per the H-1B visa is concerned. Because
Yes.
that yesterday's the dollar price is 88.
Yes, sir.
And
Sir, I have only one more slide to conclude.
yeah, because you will be keep on talking for 10 minutes. You have a very good data set. I appreciate your work, but still
Yes.
conclude because others have to present.
Yes, just one more slide I have. Yes. So here we have got the comparison between Garsh and eGarsh. You can see that the present slightly outperform that Garsh outperforms eGarsh. So if you compare two models, Garsh is the most suitable. That's why I want to say. And finally, I come to the diagnostic plots. If you see the plots, you see the region between the mean reversion. You can see only in some places. So therefore, time varying volatility is very restricted to only few places. Those arrows shooting outside. So that this is for a common eye to see. And here also almost showing a normal distribution here. Okay, so normal distribution. So therefore, I just want to conclude the empirical analysis of the US dollar index using both Garsh and eGarsh. Yeah, so they show time varying volatility and clustering. So these findings are very important implication to all the practitioners and policymakers. Yeah, they can use these data points to predict future prices of DXY. I have not shown the prediction. So this data will be very, very helpful for the practitioners and policymakers, maybe US Fed or Indian Reserve Bank, to work on their policies and to predict the prices of DXY. So I come, Pranam Kini sir, I come to the conclusion. Yes. So you can ask me any questions, sir.
Nice presentation, Telish.
Yes,
The
sir.
thing is, as per the present scenario is concerned, any political thing may affect the dollar price?
Yeah, certainly. Political is certainly a geopolitical event. So any political event will certainly impact because politicians have all the politicians are the policy makers. So any policy or change in the policy will certainly affect the interest rates as well as the DXY over a longer period of time. Not a very immediate effect, but it will slowly it will affect. So people say that Indian dollar will touch century very soon.
Okay.
If certain policy impacts are affecting, you see, we are moving from 60, 70s, now 80s, now 88. Century will be very soon. We'll hit a ton.
Yeah.
Yes, and it is very bad for the economy. So we have to be very serious about it.
Yeah. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much for your presentation,
So
Telish.
thank you and all the best for the organizers. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to the next presenter, Auren.
That's it.
Good morning. Will you be able to see my slide, sir?
Yeah. Visible.
Yes, sir. Very good morning to one and all. My name is Aurin and I am the research scholar in Mangalore University. My research paper I would like to present titled Towards Environmental Sustainability, a study of green passion, green employee green behavior and employee well-being. Now, employee green behavior, we will term it as EGB. Employee well-being, we will term it as EWB. To introduce this topic, we understand that now environmental sustainability has evolved from strategic advantage to urgent necessity for both society as well as the organization. Now, if you consider in India, higher education institutions play a very crucial role in any developmental activity, so as in environmental sustainability. Therefore, understanding their eco-friendly behavior, especially faculty members who forms a large group of employee set, is very essential, and also they will form as a role model for the future generation. Now, in recent past, understanding the relationship between understanding the relationship between EGB and its antecedents and consequences are. Will you be able to see my slide, sir?
No,
think-
no. 1 minute, 1 minute.
Yeah, there is some.
Yeah. 1 minute.
Should I reshare something?
No, 1 minute, Aurin.
Yes, sir.
So please hold on. Please hold on.
Okay.
Hello.
Sir. Yes, sir.
You can just go ahead with your introduction.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much. Yeah. I'll begin with my introduction. So, as we understand, environmental sustainability has evolved from strategic advantage to urgent necessity for any organization and even for the society. Now, in India, higher education institutions play a very crucial role in developmental activity. So, as in our environmental sustainability too. So, understanding the eco-friendly behavior of the employees, especially faculty members, because they are the large group of employees in an organization, I mean to say institutions, and also they play a role of like a role model for the future generation. So studying their eco-friendly behavior is more essential. Now, in recent past, the understanding the relationship between EGB, that is employee green behavior, and its antecedents and consequences was a great interest for many researchers. But despite of numerous studies linking EGB and its individual antecedents and consequences in different studies, in different contexts, there still exists an important gap which gives us a room to explore the individual level, that means employee level predictors and outcomes of EGB. The novelty of this study is, our contribution of this study is, we have a unified model where antecedents and the outcomes, the consequences are studied in one model. To proceed, next slide, please. I'll continue, sir.
Next slide, please.
Yeah. Objectives of my study is therefore.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Or in 1 minute. Your next slide. Next slide.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so hence the objective of my study is to test the relationship between green harmonious passion, which is one of the antecedent of EGB, and two forms of employee green behavior, EGB, that is enroll and extra role. Enroll means it is bound with the formal duty of an employee, and extra role is voluntary in nature, and how these behaviors will impact the dimensions of EWB, which is life, work, and psychological well-being in the context of higher education institution. I have considered Twin District of coastal Karnataka, and also I'm trying to identify the model fit of this environmentally responsible behavior. Next slide. So the research methodology is anonymously. I have gathered the information from 156 faculty members of both the districts, that is Udupi and Dakshina Kannada, using convenient sampling methodology, cross-survey approach, and model estimation is done using PLSSM R packages in 2 different stages. Next slide. One is to find the content validity, and other one is to know the model fitness. So the research findings reveal that the overall model is suboptimal, which means it is low, but it GHP, that is harmonious passion, which is positive in nature and has a positive influence on both the form of EGP, that is in-role also, extra-role also. And in-role green behavior significantly enhanced 3 aspects of the well-being: life, work, and psychology. But extra role behavior did not significantly affect the psychological well-being. So now this highlights the necessity that extra role behavior needs some support from an institutional actors also. Next slide. So the suggestion for the further study is we have to improve the EGB model fitness by framing a context specific measurement items. Might be the measurement items which I have used were not very specific to the context. That has to be refined, and also it can be improvised with the with increasing the sample size or diverse sample. To conclude, as a change makers, higher education institutions must be concentrating on environmental sustainability by starting cultivating this culture in an organization, and also to create an awareness among the employees so that we would inspire future generation. And my study provides a novel empirical framework, as I already said, where we have a unified model, one of the antecedents and one consequences in one framework, and it also has extended its extends a literature on EGB and sustainability, and it talks about how internal factor GHP, that is harmonious passion, is an internal factor that would influence employee behavior and has an impact on the individual level outcome well-being. Thank you. These are my references.
Okay, Arun.
Yes, sir.
My question for you, you are having a questionnaire, whether it is an open-ended question or a closed-ended?
It is a closed-ended question, sir.
Closed, because whatever you are giving, they have to tick on that.
Yes, sir.
Because do you think they have a mindset that whatever is given, they are supposed to take in terms of the green passion you are having?
Exactly. That's where I think
At
it has
least
to
the
be.
mindset may differ from person to person, even though the faculties also.
Absolutely, sir. So
Yeah,
that, yeah,
why
that
don't you think, 1 minute, why don't you think of having a open-ended question so that whatever the feeling should be recorded, so that after that, even if you process, it would be giving a more insights about the green passion.
Correct, sir. Exactly. So mixed methodology should be, it can be inculcated for the next future studies. And I think the model fitness would improve based on that also.
It is a great initiative from your side. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Shilpa K.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Okay. Can you please share the screen, concern in charge?
Please hold on.
Okay, fine, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Just go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, sir, and good morning, other dignitaries. Myself, Shilpa, and this is a co-paper with my co-author, Sri Lakshmi Shika. Our topic will be the future of cashless economics and digital banking rules. So the rules whichever we are taking for that introduction, as we know that the title itself says the digital banking is the center of changes. The day to day as passes. Now, when we come for the more technologies, instead of traditional process of a banking, everyone approaching for the digital banking. Even small payment also we should make a payment in a digital. So the tremendous changes we can see in the banking field, and which will be within a 1 minute of the payment we can do it. So as the economic are going for the cashless societies, the requirement for the even the concern for the securities or any behind the future for the cashes, we are going to take a preliminary step for the things. So payment, either the payment as a biometrical, whichever the verifications, as we know that the banking will be giving a support, and even the awareness program they keep on giving for that. Don't believe for the any the securities that is will be given insecure for the payment. So that we highlighted for the time being, we have taken for this the banking rules in a digital field. So coming for the objectives, ma'am, can you please
Go
the
ahead.
objectives of the study, to investigate for the physical, currently examining for the economic, social, and technological towards the shifting for the cash to cashless economic, the payment, to assess the how the digital banking contribute for the financial inclusion, that the cashless transactions, cutting edge services they are going to give for the contemporary financial system will be influenced for that. Third, we highlighted to investigate with the potential benefit and drawback of a cashless, which include for the securities, regulations, and even other moderators we are going to take for the thing. But as a time being, we have taken for the objectives of these studies. So methodologies, so for the time constraint, we have taken only a secondary data comparing with the literature review and the banking concept we have been taken it. But further, we are planning it to taking for the primary data we will be going to study on the further cases. So study highlights mainly on the secondary, which will be related for the literature you're going to take for the thing. So these will be taken for the methodologies from the journals or the case studies, and we are taken from the online sources. So further, the challenges regarding for the banking, my co-author Shrika ma'am will continue it, sir.
Good morning, sir. Focusing on the challenges. So if we talk about the challenges, along with the benefits, there are a lot of challenges when talking about the digital banking. So here, if we talk about the cyber security risk, there is a lot of risk when we compare it about there is a phishing malware or any kind of fraud that could happen. So if we talk about the digital divide and accessibility, now here if we see there are a lot of people in the rural areas who aren't aware of the digital banking, or maybe they are not able to afford for the proper internet facility, or maybe a proper dependence on the technology due to lack of internet facilities, or anything it could be. Such reasons will be basically be a very big challenge when it comes to the digital banking system. Then if we focus on the privacy concerns, so here what happens is whenever it happens in digital banking, we share our personal details. It could be our banking details, it could be our account number, and many other personal details. So it is also a threat to us because we are sharing something that is that could basically hinder our privacy. Then focusing on the regulatory and legal issues, here it is basically we can focus here it talks about the use of technology, any kind of robust regulatory frameworks which pertains to the data protection, fraud prevention, or any kind of cross-border transaction. Then the ultimately one is the trust and adoption, where it people basically many people take time to trust the digital banking system. Many people use it confidently, many people find it difficult to use it as of now. So to talk about the suggestions, one thing what we suggest is that we see to it that the people in the rural areas are being trained in how to use the digital services responsibly. So that here we can focus that governments and banks should conduct awareness campaigns and training programs for them. Apart from that, we should also upgrade our systems towards measuring encryptions and fraud detection technologies. We can also safeguard consumers. We can stop data exploitation and maintain equality in data financial services. Clear laws and regulations as required. Apart from this, we also see to it that they collaborate with the banks and other government institutions, collaborate to create a cutting edge solutions, and also to provide the security and dependability of cashless systems, such as the blockchain based transactions or biometric identification. So to conclude with, here we can see that digital banking and cashless economies, they are of a huge benefit to us, but at the same time they also have a large number of drawbacks. So we should see to it that we use robust kind of technologies, improve the systems, improve the use of technologies, and also provide awareness campaigns so that it becomes so that we be substituting digital transactions for real currency, which are quick, safer, and more convenient also. This shift is not with difficulties, since concerns about cybersecurity, internet access, privacy, and legal frameworks also need to be considered. So along with all this, we would like to conclude that digital banking is not a negative aspect, but it is also a better one if we focus on upgrading it into a better version. So, so these are the references, sir, which we have referred. Thank you. Thank you for your time and the opportunity, sir.
Okay, thank you. I think it is a review paper you are presenting it, I believe.
Yes, sir. The
Review
time is
paper.
over.
Because the way you are presenting, only you are giving a suggestion based on the theoretical aspect. With the data, you are not presenting, because it is in the digital era we are there. How exactly your digital thing really help a particular customer to come out of the hiccups they are having it in the normal payment. Only thing we are
Okay.
worried about this thing. What is that
Okay. Yes, sir.
challenges behind whatever you have mentioned? To overcome
Okay.
those challenges, it is really helpful for the person, one who is going for the digital thing. Okay. Thank you so much
Yes,
for
sir.
your presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay. Okay.
Yo.
Thank you. Moving on to the next presenter, Sanvi Singh.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yeah. Topic, please. Yeah. A very good morning, everyone. I am Shanvi Singh, and I'm a student of MBA fourth semester. And my topic is talent acquisition strategies and the influence on employee well-being and performance in the architect industry. Before starting, I want to say sorry if I do any mistakes, sir, because it's my first conference paper.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Go ahead strongly with your presentation. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. Go ahead with. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So just coming to the introduction part. Introduction, yeah. So hiring the right people is very important in architect industry, in the work creativity and the talent acquisition. Yeah. So if we're talking about the architect industry, so yeah, hiring process is very much important. It's because the other firms is only just hiring the persons based on the interviews, based on the GDs and all. But in the architect industry, what I find is the creativity, teamwork, and the technical skills is very much important, because it's also showing that how a person is differentiate others to the from him to others. It's not like the same skills, same creativity he or and she also has. He has some of the different things, so among of the people. And also in India, like architect industry is growing very much fast, because if we can see that because of the urbanizations, like smart cities also growing on, or some of the like demand for the green buildings also they are thinking. One, and that the employees are feeling happy. So when employees are feeling happy, it is also like comfortable for their work quality, because if they're feeling motivated, also if they work very good, or if they feel if we are feeling the stress, so the productivity like goes down. They can't like they're not feeling well, so they are like they change their jobs and all. And nowadays some of the professionals are using the like high professional tools, so that they can hire on the basic of that, if they are knowing those things also, like drones and the 3D software and the virtual reality. 3D software is just like a computer program, as they are showing the dimensions in the three ways, like length, wide, and the other things. So it's showing that's like not a flat building or a flat paper. Like earlier, the architect industry was just only showing the one paper that yeah, this is the house, this you have to build it. But now they are just using the 3D forms, so that is to instead of using the flat drawings, they are just like realistic mode of the paper. They can also show that how the length is showing, how with the breadth we just made. These all are the tools nowadays. The all of the architect industries are just doing, but some of the companies are still not developed till now. And the other one is my objective. So the study different talent acquisition strategies used by the architect industry. One of the first of my objective was because the like all of the firms are hiring process are the same. But I really wanted to know that what exactly the architect industry is doing for their like hiring process, how they use how they how which creative things they are thinking to that a candidate should have to be. The second one is to find out the three strategies affect employees' well-being, including so like because hiring doesn't just give a job, it also affect how happy and balanced the employee is just feeling to their work. Once they feel motivated, they obviously they like giving their best. Apart from that, to suggest improvements in talent acquisition strategies that can architect firms employee happy. Yeah, it means like how can we help the firm to keep employees motivated? It's not all about just giving them a burden like you have to do this. No, it's not all about pressure, because architect is something different. We have to use our brain for creativity and all. So when the employees are motivated, when they're like fully trained, fully like training and development they also need. So the once they are satisfied, they will give their best job. In the other slide, yeah, my research plan and methodology. The study uses a questionnaire. Yeah, so actually I uses the my questionnaire survey to just a primary data to collect the feedbacks of the how the hiring process is going on in the architect industry. And not for only the like I'm randomly not just circulating the questionnaire to any of the employees. I also research one. I just go for the one of the firm that is Allied Designs in Bangalore that is opened in 1990 to just to know that about what their employees are exactly doing, how they're working, and also the questionnaire circulated by them also to know that their job satisfaction and the workload, how their career growth are doing, how the performance are like uh, evaluated and all. So that was the basic of that. I just analyzed those answers and then I just made a SWOT analysis. What is all of the strengths and opportunities can have the architect industry has. So like in strength, they can attract more of the talented people and the creative architecture they can get, and also they have get a competitive advantage if they're hiring some of the creative person. So yeah, they have the competitive advantage from the others. Apart the same way, if the weaknesses is just all of the employees, all of the architects are not very much skilled. So some of the weakness are like they are not obviously not enough skilled people are there. So sometimes they are suppose that if some of the employees are just going
Hello,
out, they're just leaving the
hello,
job.
hello,
So apart,
Sanvi. Just go
yes,
ahead with your methodology.
yeah, just a questionnaire survey. It's just a questionnaire survey I just took from the like one of the company. I just researched one of the company
Okay.
to for the questionnaire to the primary data. I just collect from the employees there also how they're working, what all are their training and development giving from the other employees and all. So
Okay.
exact.
Okay, 1 minute. Have you collected the questionnaire now? From how many employees? From the architecture firm, you have collected the information and process using a statistical tool. Have you done it?
It's not based on. I didn't collect it from the statistical tool. Just in a questionnaire from that how they are just uh,
Questionnaire you have designed? Questionnaire you have designed?
yeah.
A
Decide
questionnaire.
like how questionnaire how they usually attract the talents, like what all the skills are needed. And one more thing that apart from that skills, like suppose that if someone already told that yeah, I have the creativity I had, so how can you observe? So they are just giving the one of the
Yeah.
project also. After that
Yeah.
they are giving the projects to that to see that how the worker is good, just like doing the work, not just like it's like a lying and say I'm also doing the creativity, I can also do the some things. So they
Okay.
also
Okay.
designing professionals and
Okay, okay,
all.
1 minute. I'll talk about an architecture. Whenever we are hiring a particular person for the architecture, we will go for his portfolio. It's her portfolio. Portfolio will give you the clear insights of what
Mm,
he is having in the positive aspects of architecture, because that will give you a clear insight. of a
Yeah.
particular person, whether he is capable of handling the complexity involved in architecture, because the portfolio will give you everything about architecture. That is what we
Yeah.
are doing it as the present scenario is concerned. Because I wanted to know what is your
Yeah.
questionnaire comprises of.
So like how can you usually attract the new talents? How you from the social media, through the job portals, or through how campus selection? Because nowadays social media is very much working on. So how they're usually attract the new talents, or apart from that, how if the employees are not very much satisfied what they're doing for them, so they're doing training and development programs. They are also mostly focusing on the hiring for the freshers and the interns, because they are thinking that the new mindset has the all of the uh, like uh, creativity things. Or apart from that, you are talking about a portfolio, so they are telling that that it is like a strategic criteria for how they evaluate the designing professionals now. So for the designing professionals, they just ask for the portfolio, and they're also the uh, like uh, earlier past project exposures, if they have earlier doing any projects, and also they have to show. Apart from that, they also doing the site experiences, because in
Okay,
architect industries, they also have to give the full exposure of how they are involved the team, and what's their site experiences are. So
okay, Sarme. Because how have you in the process of collecting a questionnaire? Because you may have to collect the maximum questionnaire so that you can go for a conclusion and the suggestion. This is only the theoretical background you are giving, because you need to process the data and you have to come to the conclusion. That's what the suggestion we can give you from our desk. And see that what best you will be giving a suggestion depends on the data you are having it. That is more important, Sanme. Just go ahead with your such thing, and try to have a more fantastic presentation in the years to come. Thank you for your presentation.
thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let's take a short break of 5 minutes. We'll be connecting within 5 minutes.
Hey, no.
Once again, good morning to all. The next presenter is Shalini K. Shalini, are you there? Shalini, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, we'll start with 1 minute, okay?
Okay.
Yes, Shalini, you can start with your presentation.
Hello? Hello. Shalini? Hello, you are not audible properly. The voice is shake. No, voice is not clear.
Am I audible, sir?
Hello?
Hello, am I audible?
Now it's all right. You just go ahead with you.
Okay, sir. Okay. This is Shalini from MBA 4th Sem from IS School of Management Studies. So my study title is a study on embracing diversity, employee adaptation and inclusion in contemporary workplace with special reference to banking industry. Next slide. So the topic is workplace diversity. So why I choose this study is that I've taken a banking sector, that is Bank of Baroda, SBI, ICICI, HDFC, and Axis Bank. This is to tell that I have taken that to show whether this diversity plays a very important role in banking sector, because in banks we see that employees are taken from various backgrounds in respect to their language, community, etc. So here the study what I took is to know whether banks have HR policies with regard to workplace diversity. That is, do they follow whether do they provide equal opportunities to all employees? So here I have conducted a research on employees from different banks, that is 5 banks. Next slide. So my objectives of the study is to examine the existing diversity and inclusion policies implemented in the banking sector. So one of the main objective is to know whether there is already an old policies with regard to the diversity. To assess employee perception and attitude towards diversity and inclusion initiatives with banking institutions. So, what is the employees' perceptions working with different community peoples? To identify challenges, to know whether employees are facing challenges with regarding to working with different employees. To analyze the impact of inclusive practices of employee engagement. Due to the HR policies, whether the employees are feeling comfortable working with other employees, do they feel engaged worked with other employees? To recommend strategies for enhancing employee adaptation and to provide necessary suggestions to the employees in the contemporary world. So the main objective is that in contemporary world, we see that in India, employees are from different backgrounds. For example, in Karnataka or in Bangalore, we know that employees are different, from Assam, Bihar, or some southern part or north part. So employees are of mixed culture. So next. So here I've taken both primary data and secondary data. In primary data, so I have set a structured questionnaire to conduct a research on employees, and that is questions were about 20 questions given to the employees to know whether their perceptions and their opinions about the diversity practices, and it is a closed-ended question. Secondary data is to collect information of different banks. So I used journals and various websites to collect information of different banks. Next slide. So research findings. So in my findings, I have considered with respect of their bank employees' responses. So here the data shows that 48% of respondents are from private banks, indicating a strong representation from private sector. And public banks follow up with 40% and cooperative banks with 12%. The data reveals a strong census where 98% of responses expressing and agreeing towards the questionnaires which I have sent. And the data highlights strong support from the bank's inclusive structure. Additionally, 96% agree that employees are treated equally in the organization or in the banks. And the data shows that 95.3% of respondents are aware about the company's diversity and inclusion practices and policies. The data clearly demonstrates strong teamwork enhances communication. 94% of employees have agreed that there is high employee engagement among the organization. Next slide. And the conclusion. Here, the study says that diversity and inclusion is important for any growth and development of an organization because we deal with employees. So, engaging between background employees is very important to bring a growth and development so that there is engagement between two employees. For a bank or in HDFC Bank, the employees are hired not by looking their community or their background. They are hired based on their performances or talents. So every bank follows policies to hire employees uh, from different backgrounds or diversities. So my suggestion, what I have given for the studies is, even though bank is following certain policies, some organization apart from banks also, they should consider some, have policies to provide equal opportunities for all employees. Next one. This is my reference.
Okay. Okay, Shalini, you should have presented your percentage analysis with the table form. That would be more better
Oh,
rather
yes,
than
sir.
explaining.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And what do you mean by the diversity?
Diversity means that where people from different backgrounds are employed. Means, I mean, for example, if a bank is hiring employees, they are not hiring only from that particular region. They look for employees from various, local areas or from various states, regions, so like that.
As per the present scenario is concerned, the bank will have all the diversified people with the
Yes.
with the customer satisfaction. That is called
Yes, sir.
CRM policy bank is having now. But
Yes, sir. Yes.
where the lapses are there, so that as per the present scenario is concerned, everywhere we can find out the customer
Sir.
satisfaction in the banks.
Yes,
Where
sir. Yes.
exactly you found out this particular objective, I am not getting it. Because you are talking about 2018 and 2001 journals. In that, maybe as per the present scenario, you are supposed to talk about this particular diversification, especially in the banking sector. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes,
Then
sir.
try to see that what best you can give it for a particular banking sector, more than what is there. That will be more.
Okay.
Okay, think about that thing and present
Okay,
a
sir.
paper in the next. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you
sir.
so much for
Okay.
your presentation.
Thank you for the input, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. We have Deepthi and Apurva now. I request next presenter Nitin BM to be ready. Yes, you can start, Apurva.
Hello, Professor Apurva. Am I audible? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Please
Here.
start your presentation.
Okay, sir. I am Apurva and my colleague Kirti. So we are here to present the paper on branding in digital age, strategies, challenges, and opportunities in Indian perspective. Next. Brief introduction. Branding has always been vital in connecting organizations with customers, but Indian digital transformation has reshaped it dramatically. So here, earlier the Indian companies were moving on to the traditional branding way. But now, because of the more usage of smartphones, affordable data, and rising in the internet use among the youths as well as the middle-aged people, branding has become diversified. I mean, in the sense they have more into digital platforms. So, from one-way communication, they have went to the personalized consumer experiences, and in this way, they are trying to build the trust among the consumers. Next. The objectives of the studies are to identify the digital branding strategies as well as challenges of the digital brands in India. We have also explored the opportunities and the recommendation which we have collected from the secondary data. Next. Research plan. So we have fully collected prepared the paper based on the qualitative data, that is secondary data, and we have collected the time of the collection is nothing but 2018 to 2020-24. We have to study the recent trends, so we have collected the data from 2018 to 2024. And the outcome is comprehensive synthesis building, bridging academic insights with industry practice on digital branding in India. Next. So analysis and interpretation have been divided into three main parts. One is the strategies, second one is the impact, and third one is the opportunities of digital branding in India. The first one is digital branding strategies. The first point, social media marketing and engagement. Here, the platform like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter have used abundantly and are more connected to customers. So features such as polls, live session, and interactive content created a real-time conversation with the users. Second one, influencer branding. Here, the companies go to influencers to who have already trust built towards the consumers, and they will convince influencer will convince the consumers regarding the product which they are giving as the brand. Next, personalization and hyper localization. Brands that adapt to India's diverse culture and languages connect better with people. So here, the customized messages, offers, and notifications will be given to the consumers, and they feel more valued. Purpose-driven branding. Here, the modern customer prefer brands that care more social, ethical, and environmental issues. So here, the consumers are more into the green and ethical products which are available in the market. Content strategy and search optimization. So here the blogs, videos, and frequently added questions will be added so that the questions regarding clarification regarding the brand will be asked by the consumers, and later on it will be solved. So next, the impact will be discussed and much more will be discussed by my colleague Deepti. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Impact of digital branding strategies on business performance. Under the first one is enhanced visibility and reach. Using social media ads and engaging content helps our business to reach more people, and also it attracts new customers, and also it increases the website traffic. Second one is improve trust and loyalty. When small influencers promote a brand, people see it as a more genuine, and also they build the trust and keeps customers coming back, as well as increases their sales. Higher conversation with personalization. AI tools allow business to send personalized offers and local content. This makes customer more to buy the product and also improves overall profit. Stronger brand equity, sharing meaningful stories and values creates an emotional bond with customers.
This strengthens the brand's reputation and also makes it stand out from competitors. Next one is sustainable growth with content and CEO. Creating blogs or videos, it helps friendly to contact improves services engine ranking. This brings to in study low cost traffic positions and brands as well expert and long term leads. Challenges in digital branding. And that first one is market strategization and competition. Many companies compete online, so brands must find unique ways to stand up. Trust and credibility concerns. Fake websites, misleading reviews, and data leaks make customer continuous, and brands need to be transparent and also secure to build them trust. Dynamic customer and platform trends. People's preferences and social media algorithms keep changing quickly. Brands must stay flexible and adapt fast. Cultural and linguistic diversity. In a country with different languages and cultures are people there. The same message may not work everywhere. Brands need localized content to contact properly. Measuring effectiveness and ROI. Customers use many platforms before buying, making it hard to track which ad works. Companies need strong analytics and clear goals to measure the result. Third one is opportunities in digital brand. First one is emerging consumer segments. More people in rural and semi-urban areas are using the internet. Brands can grow by using local languages and regional influences as well as mobile-friendly companies. Advanced personalization. Tools like AI, chatbots, and data analysis helps brands to give customer personalized offers. This saves money as well as keeps users engaged and improves their sales. Immersive and interactive tech. Using AR/VR for product trials, fun games, or interactive ads makes customer feel more connected and remember the brand better. Growth of social commerce. Platforms like Instagram and WhatsApp business let people to buy directly inside apps. User generated content adds trust and products can grow uh, very quickly. Short form video content. Reels like YouTube Shorts and other popular among youth. They allow brands to tell quick stories and run challenges and get instant feedback. Next, interpretation. Digital branding in India offers growth through social media, influencers, personalization, localization, and purpose-driven campaigns. Challenges include like high competition, trust issues, cultural diversity, and fast-changing trends, and opportunities like rural markets, AI personalization, immersive tech, and social commerce. Success depends on mainly balancing innovations with inclusivity, with agility and technology, with transparency to build the trust and brand equality. Next one is conclusion. Digital branding in India has moved to interactive customer focused strategies like social media, influencers, personalization, localization, and purpose driven content. It boosts visibility and loyalty but faces competition, trust issues, and also fast challenging trends, cultural diversity, and ROI challenges. Growth opportunities includes like rural markets, AI personalization, and social commerce and short videos. Long-term success needs agility, transparency, ethics, as well as trust. Next. These are the references. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Any secondary data you have used here?
Yes, sir. Full of secondary data.
Okay. Primary data you have not collected.
No, sir.
Without the primary data, depending on the secondary data, maybe the present scenario is entirely different. At
Yes,
least
sir.
think of collecting a primary data and give the opportunities, because in the digital era, you take any brand for that matter, how it reach to the end user or the customer.
Yes,
And
sir.
you have a ECRM policy. You might have heard about ECRM,
Yes, sir.
electronic CRM, because it reached the end user. And you talk about agile. What do you mean by agile driven?
Agile driven.
Yeah, you talk about agile driven.
It is nothing but motivating the consumer to purchase the goods only after the proper review given in the platform.
Okay, because whenever you talk about agile, you have to involve the customer into your this thing, into your product, because the
Yes,
feedback,
sir.
whatever the customer, you are supposed to analyze, and you have to have those attributes in your product. That is called the agile.
Yes, sir.
That is you are giving a suggestion, but without the data set, you will be giving a theoretical things. It's all right. Just think of doing it in a fantastic way. Really help the
Okay, sir.
organization.
Next
Okay.
time we will
Thank you,
try,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Next, we have Nitin BM. Nitin, are you there? Nitin, are you there? You're not audible. Sorry. Next, we'll move on to Suraksha Ezrai. Suraksha, please unmute yourself. Suraksha, are you there?
Yes. Hello. Yes.
Yes, you're audible. You can proceed.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Our paper is all about a study on impact of introduction of weekly USD INR currency future of on the volatility. So here the exchange rate volatility is a key issues on the concern to policymakers or investors and even in the firm involved in the foreign trade. Here volatility at a higher level can result in the greater uncertainty and which can influences the investment choice and economic stability. So hence it is crucial to analyze the effect of financial products such as currency futures on exchange rate volatility. So here the currency future in the sense a contract to buy or sell the currencies at the future date and the fixed price. And we have also weekly features in our topic where the contract expire every week short terms while monthly future which are available earlier. So the project is about studying how the launch of weekly USD INR currency feature short term contract has affected stability or instability of the USD INR exchange rate in Indian foreign exchange market. Next.
The objectives of the study is first one to understand the currency derivatives and the concept of volatility. And the next objective is to analyze the impact of weekly USD/INR on volatility. So the first objectives where we can understand the concept of volatility from the past papers, where we can study which are already done in the past. And the second objectives is to analyze the impact of weekly future INR by using a different test like ADF test and the ARCH model, GARCH model, and eGARCH model. We fulfill these objectives. And the next, this research methodologies we consider pre-introduction and the post-introduction of weekly futures. So by using a different test, as we are mentioned in the PPT, by using these, which the model is best to measures the volatility in the pre and the post. So what next? Next slide. So these are the findings, what we are finding from our different tests.
The return series stationary before and after the introduction of the futures, according to the augmented decay Fullery ADF test. Following introduction, the ADF statistic increased from -7.7159 to -12.6769, while the p-values stayed at 0.0000 in both instances. This implies that the unit root hypothesis was more strongly rejected following the introduction of futures. In the post period, the IGARCH model's Archaic Information Criteria, that means AIC, showed improved model fit, rising from -5.2588 to -80429. A lower AIC means that there are fewer errors and information loss in the model's explanation of the data. This demonstrates how much more reliable the volatility model was in the post-introduction era. Addition of weekly currency futures improved the capture of the changes in structural volatility. Next slide. The results of the IGARCH model shows that the introduction of weekly futures increased the market's asymmetric responsiveness to shocks. Asymmetry was evident in both periods, but it was stronger and more statistically obvious in the post period. This suggests that negative returns or bad news have a bigger impact on volatility than positive news, particularly after the weekly derivative started trading. It illustrates how the currency futures market is becoming the more sentiment driven and speculative. And next slide. Coming towards the conclusion suggestions, in the analysis of this paper, deeper understanding of the structural changes between the two periods was made possible by the volatility modeling with a negative arc term and comparatively low persistence. And structural change in the current INR futures. One can take persistence and asymmetry into account. That search is the best model for capturing post-introduction volatility.
These are the references.
Oh, okay. What is the difference between GARCH and GARCH, the e-GARCH? Hello?
GARCH and EGARCH, right, sir?
Yeah. Because you talk about a GARCH really suits for this volatility model you are having. Then why that EGARCH?
The GARCH model measures the volatility clustering and the
Yeah.
persistence.
Yeah.
And the EGARCH measures volatility clustering and asymmetric means there is a more impact for the bad news. They react more for the bad news, which is compared to the GARCH model. These are the main differences. And
Okay.
the
Yeah. Go ahead.
effect of news assumes the symmetric effects, good news and the bad news, the same size effective volatility equally. But in EGARCH, it captures the leverage effect. That is, bad news increases the volatility more than the good news.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Pavitra.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
You can start with the presentation.
Yeah, sure. Can you just enlarge that? Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pavitra, and my co-author is Dr. R. Setu Madhavan from Presidency University, Bangalore. Our topic for the today's presentation is enhancing employee well-being based on physical activity to improve performance, a systematic review. Please go to the next slide. So to begin with, workplace is an important place for which affect the employees or workers' health or well-being, which will have its impact on the physical and mental well-being of the employees. So especially in the fast-paced work environment, especially like sedentary behavior and unhealthy lifestyle affect the employee well-being and productivity, which in turn will affect their performance in the organization. So every organization need to focus on certain workplace fitness program, especially when it comes to walking, yoga, exercises, because of the lifestyle is like that, because people need to focus more on their health so that they can contribute better to the organization, so that they can improve their productivity. So the main goal of this physical activity is to improve the productivity, reduce the stress, enhance the health. So when we are talking about physical activity, it is basically about aerobics, which will help the employees to improve their heart, lungs, and strength. When it comes, it is basically about build muscle and prevent falls in the organization or the workplace, and the balance to enhance their stability and coordination in the organization. And also they need to be flexibility training should also be given. It is about the range of motions they need to have in the organization. So can you go to the next slide? So as I have already discussed, the main importance of giving physical activity program is to give the healthy employees to the organization, because healthy employees can perform better in the organization. So this will also help the employees to reduce absenteeism, healthcare costs will also reduce, burnout will also reduce. So it will improve the morale and engagement and retention of the employees. So in turn, as a result, end of the result is to enhance the productivity. It gives the job satisfaction, and it will also motivate the employees to perform better in the organization. So there are various articles I have reviewed wherein I have taken few important findings, which I would like to present in the next slide. Please go to the next slide. So wherein the various studies, few articles I have taken, wherein it says that employee wellness program led by employer aim to enhance health and well-being of employees, and in certain cases their dependents as well. That is also very important. They include initiatives aimed at preventing the onset disease or hating its advancement from an early unnoticed stage or to a more serious one. And also few reviews also says that increased physical activity levels and good exercise practices have been shown to have significant intervention benefits in improving work-related indicators, disease management, employee body composition, and functional status. Exercise appears to be promising treatment for mental health issues as well as musculoskeletal and cardiometabolic problems. So sedentary, as in like, every organization, people sit for long and they work, and that will have the impact on their health. So that also should be taken care. Nearly no regular physical activity, low occasionally participating in leisure activities like slow walking or light household chores. Moderate work that involves some walking with occasional carrying light objects or walking stairs, and high regular participation in activities like jogging or cycling. Or these are the four things the organizations can look into to improve the health of the employees. Next slide, please. And regular exercises at work has been shown to improve mood and attention, lower stress, increase energy level, lessen musculoskeletal pain, all of which impair productivity. Employees that are physically active have reduced healthcare costs and have taken a few sick days leave. So programs for workplace health promotion can take two forms: behavior related, such as coaching or advice on lifestyle issues, and organizations such as company policy, network development, and environmental improvement, staircase design. Research on walking intervention revealed conflicting result on statistically meaningful improvement in well-being. When compared to controls, yoga was statistically significant in improving well-being. Participants in yoga reported significantly lower level of anxiety, confusion, depression, fatigue, and uncertainty. Step competition and other team-based exercises are beneficial for increasing motivation and enhancing the employee engagement work. Programs for workplace fitness have advantage for firms in addition to health. Participating in employees report improved focus, increased production, fewer sick days. Studies also shown that by lowering absenteeism and medical costs, such initiatives might result in long-term cost saving. The risk of obesity and heart disease is reduced by comprehensive wellness program that incorporate exercise and good eating habits. Next slide, please. So to conclude with that, it is very evident while looking at the various articles, we can clearly say that the physical activity in the workplace is very important, because it is, as I mentioned in the previous slide, it is important to improve the performance, and it will reduce various costs in the organization, and that will give the stress-free environment to the people. And in return, it will contribute better for the organization as well as for the employees. And there are various digital intervention can also be looked into in case of the physical activities concern. Thank you, sir. Any queries?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Pavitra madam. See, your
Yes,
reference and all you have quoted very nicely. Recent,
Yes,
yeah, I'm happy. But have you really gone to the preliminary data, primary data?
No, sir, not exactly. Primary data I have not looked into.
Because
It is based
this
on
has been,
articles only.
as per the present scenario is concerned, the big industries have already into this particular thing. Because the morning the people will have all such things and then they'll go for the working. Because they
Yes.
wanted to keep their employee healthy and the retention rate should be lower. That is
Yes.
what the main agenda of all the organization. Where this was whatever you are talking about 10 years back, that was not there.
Okay.
Once they enter into
Yes,
the
sir. Yes, sir. Right.
organization, completely they will be working only. Nowadays, the culture in the organization has changed. I have seen in Infosys, because
Yes.
this is what I have observed. Morning 7 o'clock, all employees enter, they will play, then they will start working from 9 o'clock.
Yes,
Because
sir.
the working hours also will be changed now. According to
Yes,
their convenience, they have to work for 8 or 9 hours. That's all. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Try to have
Okay,
a
sir.
preliminary, primary data so that you will be having a better insights. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank
Sure,
you.
sir.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you. Thank you
presentation.
for your input, sir. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Our next presenter is Shobharaj K.
Hello. Hello. Ma'am, I am audible.
Yeah. You are audible. Just go ahead.
Sir, just a second, sir. Sir, slide is visible, sir.
Yeah. Just go ahead. Go ahead with your presentation. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, my topic is evaluating the effectiveness of ABLBL multi-brand approach in India. So ABL refers to Aditya Birla Lifestyle and Brand Limited. So as taking brief introduction, like in India, the evolution of fashion industry is rapidly increasing. So the Aditya Birla Lifestyle Brand Limited has established like positively they are improve their brands and different segments. So they introducing the 13 brands in their segment. Actually, the mother companies Aditya Birla groups they are like diverged into two segments like ABFRL and ABLBL. So I am taking the ABLBL. In ABLBL we have 13 brands, sir. So my major is like how the consumer behavior affects like it depends on the uh, pricing and visual merchandising and the brand synergy. So my objective is like to examine the ABLBL brand positioning strategies and consumer
Excuse
behavior.
me.
Yeah.
Hello. You change your
Hello.
slide. Slide.
So I changed, sir.
No, here it is not visible. Now change the slide.
It's visible, sir.
Yeah. Correct.
So my objective is like to examine the ABL brand positioning strategies and consumer buying behavior, like how the brand positioning is impact on the consumer buying behavior. Like in different brands, their brand positioning is different. Like pricing strategy also is impact on the styles and the new collections and all. And second objective is to analyze the impact of merchandise pricing, majorly merchandise pricing, so the pricing is majorly affecting or not. Then third one is like brand synergy is like the relationship between two brands in the same company, so how it will affects the consumer buying behavior. Then the conceptual model is like the consumer behavior is depend like it is the dependent variable, and I have three independent variable like brand positioning, merchandise pricing, and brand synergy. Then I took the actually I am doing in the primary data only. So my primary data is like I taken 100 customers review actually in Google Forms who are the customers in ABLBL different brands. So research finding is like most of the research papers are not focusing on multi-brand management, like they are focusing in the single brands or single company, and the insufficient understanding of brand autonomy and the brand synergy, and the underexplored of consumer behavior across the brands. Then the three hypotheses. The first one is like ABLBL brand positioning is strategy of positively impact on consumer buying behavior, and hypothesis 2 is there is a significant relationship between merchandise pricing and consumer buying behavior, and hypothesis 3 is brand synergy of positively impact on consumer buying behavior. The key findings are like I collected 100 data collection from the 100 customers. In that I get it like customers choose fabric over price. Like customers are majorly not focusing on the price, but they are focusing on the brand, fabric and the material quality. Then second finding is like customers get more interested towards the brand through their visual appearance. So customers more interested when the brand are focusing on their visual appearance, like how they uh, like showcase their materials in their brand stores and how their visual appearance is looking. Then quality of one brand's impact on the other brand, like one customer is purchasing the one brand in the same company like ABLBL. So the customer is know that like they are same company, so we can buy the different brand also. They are trusting the different brand product also. Then conclusion, like I conclude with like ABLBL approach is like largely success. Like none of the companies have different brands. Their like ABLBL is majorly competing to the Tata groups also. So there I customers also repurchase intents more in this suggestions, sir. These are all my references.
Okay, Shobharaj. Now, because
Yes,
my concern here is what are the different attributes you have collected through the questionnaire?
sir. I have collected like it's all depend on the like objective only, sir.
Okay. Have you done the segregation of male and female? The buying behavior differs from the person to person or
Yeah,
on
sir.
the different categories. Have you done
Yes,
such things?
yeah,
Because
sir.
even,
Yes, sir.
yeah, yeah.
In my like I collected the response from the 100 customers. In most of the customers, I have collected like 51 male responses are I getted, and 48 are female, sir. And one customer is not say the gender in that
Because
response.
with the 100 customer, you cannot have a conclusion.
Yeah,
You
yes,
need to
sir.
have a minimum of 500 so that at least you can talk about this multi-brand thing. Okay,
Yes,
effective
sir.
nature of multi-branding. You take
Yes,
only ABLBL and
yes, sir.
only that company you have concentrated, the not rest of the things. Because it is better to have a more sample so that you can have a more imperative on such things. That is what
Yes,
the meaningful inferences you can get it. Okay, that is what the suggestion. Try to do that. Okay,
yes, sir.
and you will be
Yes,
having
sir.
more insights about the buying behavior. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Presenter, please note, due to technical glitch, here onwards all PPT will be operated by our end. You can go ahead with the presentation. Next, Shreya R and Sujan S. Are you with us? Yeah, you can present now.
Morning, everyone. Moderators and fellow participants. I'm Shreya R. and with my co-author Suchna S. Anshul. Uh, we are here to present our paper entitled Empowering Rural Women to Micro Entrepreneurship. Next slide. Let me walk you through our study. India, about 70% of women live in rural areas. They contribute heavily to agriculture, household work, and informal labor market. However, they face challenges in limited education, restricted access to finance, weak property rights, and less in decision making. Micro entrepreneurship offers them a pathway to earn income, build confidence, and gain social recognition. It also directly supports sustainable development goals, that is, by UNO, such as poverty education, gender equality, and inclusive growth. Next slide will be over to Suchna.
The objectives of the study are to assess the current status of rural women entrepreneurs in India and evaluate the impact of micro entrepreneurship on their empowerment in terms of financial independence, decision making, and social participation. It further aims to identify the challenges and gaps that exist in current policies and to provide practical recommendations for strengthening and sustaining women led micro enterprises. Next slide, please, over to Ms. Shreya.
Research methodology. To achieve these objectives, we use collaborative research as bibliometric analysis through was beaver analysis. We studied scholarly reports, key authors, institutions working in these areas. Literature review. We examined academic articles, government reports, and international case studies. Secondary data. We relied completely on secondary data, that is, from the continuous reports of MSMEs, UNDP, NABARD, and World Bank. Our focus was especially on rural Indian context, with sector-wise analysis covering agriculture, handicrafts, and food processing and services. Next slide, over to Suchi.
Research findings. Our findings highlight three main impacts of micro entrepreneurship: financial independence, decision making power, and social participation. Financial independence: women earn their own income and reduce household poverty. Decision making power: women gain more say in family and community decisions. Social participation: through self help groups and cooperatives, they gain visibility and leadership. Sectoral contribution include agriculture, handicrafts, and food processing, and small services. We also observe that around 7 crore women are now part of small helps groups, and many are using digital platforms like WhatsApp and Meesho to expand their market research. Next slide, over to Ms. Shreya.
Conclusion and suggestion. Conclusion, leadership emerged as a powerful tool empowering rural women, providing only income, also confidence and leadership opportunities despite its benefits. Challenges such as limited access to finance, weak infrastructure, and cultural barriers, lack of awareness about existing schemes continue to hinder progress. Address these gaps, the study recommends simplifying loan procedures, enhancing financial literacy, providing digital and business training, strengthening infrastructures like electricity, transport, and internet, encouraging gender sensitivity policies, and celebrating success entrepreneurs as role models to inspire wider participation and sustainable growth. Thank you for your time and attention. So these are our references. We have referred the articles or different time periods, UNDP, MSMEs, reports, and other academic reports.
Okay, there is, see, the observation is, Shreya, no research papers you have taken into aspect about this particular study. Hello?
Repeat, sir.
The research papers related to the academics, the research papers are not referred. Only you are talking about MSME reports and the NABARD reports only will be taking. And the data is only the secondary data.
So we have mentioned the research paper names in the research paper which we have submitted, sir. Now the research paper are like rural entrepreneurship analysis of current and emerging issues from sustainable livelihood framework
Because
by
the-
A. Travis,
in
Alexander.
your presentation, the references you have given only the UNDP, World Bank, NABARD, Ministry of Rural Development, academic studies and the government reports you have. Academic studies, because at least some references should be given related to the academic studies are concerned.
Sir, due to the shortage of space, we didn't add the names of the references.
Whenever
We can.
whenever the presentation, we are supposed to know from where exactly you got the information about your work. At least what references you have, what the literature review you have done on that, what objectives you are having, on that we'll be working out, no? That is what my suggestion for you. Just think about it and present good papers in the next. Okay, thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Our next presenter is Shreya S. and Suhana R. Rao. Sonal D'Souza, please be ready.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Just go ahead with your presentation.
Today, me and my co-author, Mr. Suhan, will be presenting on our research on water scarcity and groundwater depletion in suburbs of Mangaluru. So, water scarcity is a global issue. Across the world, 2 billion do not have a safe drinking water, and report says that by 2050, half of the global population may face the water-related problems. In India, around 600 millions are facing difficulties to access safe drinking water. When we come to look into Mangalore, see though the Mangalore is receiving a heavy annual rainfall of around 137 inches, but still some areas of Mangaluru facing water shortages. The main reason is not lack of rain, but the poor water management and over reliance on bore wells and neglect of traditional water storage systems like ponds, tanks. Our study highlights these challenges and aims to find ways to improve water scarcity. So, can you go for the next slide? Objectives of the study: to identify the causes and causes of groundwater depletion. The primary goal of our research was to understand why the groundwater levels are falling in suburbans and how people are dealing with the water scarcity. Specifically, we aim to identify the main causes of groundwater depletion and how people are aware about the water conservation practices. By focusing on these objectives, wanted to connect the this goes with the smart city mission. Smart city mission. Over to Mr. Suhan.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So I'm going to explain the research methodology. So our study was based on both primary and secondary data. We conducted surveys and interviews with households in suburban Mangaluru to understand their water sources, the problem they face, and their awareness about rainwater harvesting. We also made direct observations and managing ponds for secondary data. We referred to reports from the central government, Central Groundwater Board, and Karnataka State Neutral Resource Data Center. By combining all these resources, we ensured that our findings were both reliable and practical. Next slide, ma'am. Research findings. The results clearly showed how serious the situation is. Around 65% of households depend mainly on borewells. 20% rely on municipal supply and 15% depend on tankers. About 70% of families face water shortages in summer months, while 80% of respondents are aware of rainwater harvesting. But only 25% have actually implemented it. Many borewells that used to provide sufficient water are now drying up, and urbanization has further reduced natural research by destroying ponds and tanks. These findings prove that the problem is not lack of rainfall but mismanagement and over extractions. And the root causes of crisis is that the growing water crisis in suburban Bangalore is a result of multiple connected issues. Rapid and unplanned urbanization has covered open spaces with concrete, preventing rainwater from recharging the ground. Over dependence on borewells has led to falling groundwater levels, while traditional systems like ponds and tanks have been neglected or destroyed. Weak governance, such as poor enforcement of water harvesting laws and unregulated borehole drilling, make the situation worse. On top of this, unpredictable rainfalls due to climate change add more pressure. All these factors create a cycle that depends water scarcity. Next slide goes to Shreya.
So, to address these challenges, our research suggests a set of practical solutions, such as municipal water supply must be strengthened so that people do not depend too heavily on tankers or bore wells. Rainwater harvesting should be promoted and enforced in all the buildings with subsidy. The government should encourage it with the subsidies, awareness programs to encourage the adoption. Then traditional systems like ponds and dams should be reviewed to help the recharge of groundwater. Borewell drilling must be strictly regulated with the proper monitoring. To conclude, water scarcity in Mangalore suburb is not a problem caused by nature but a human mismanagement. Borewells are drying up, tanker costs are rising, and conservation measures are still not widely practiced. The issue is linked with the Smart City Mission and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, showing that it's a part of a larger nation and global challenge. To solve it, we need a better governance, stronger infrastructure, then to active participation from the communities. Thank you.
At least you can think of having a SWOT analysis for this. It will really help you. Where are all the strengths we have, weaknesses you have mentioned, where the opportunities and the threats you could have deeply into give, because this is one of the essential commodity we wanted to the lead our day-to-day life, isn't it? That's how think about the worth having such water resources. At least the SWOT analysis will give some insights about such studies. Okay, you have given primary and secondary data you have taken. I'm happy that you are be giving a clear insight about how exactly in Mangalore we'll be having a water scarcity, but try to give more insight that will really help you. At least the suggestions you should be given. At least you should publish a paper that will really help the people. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next, Sonal D'Souza, you can present now. Next, Sharat Kumar, please be ready with your next presentation.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. My name is Sonal, and today I'll be presenting my research paper based on a study of youth unemployment and skill development in Mangalore. Next slide. Okay, so one of the biggest challenges young people face today is not just finishing their education, but actually finding a job that matches their skills. And if we look at Mangalore, we see many graduates every year. There are engineers, MBAs, as well as commerce students. But still, many of them remain unemployed or take jobs that do not match their qualification. So the real problem is not only the availability of jobs, but actually whether our youth are job ready. And employers often say that the freshers have lack of soft skills like communication skills, or they do not have enough confidence to face interviews. And the student feel that they are qualified enough, but they are not getting the right opportunity. And through this study, we can understand the gap between education and employability, and whether these skill development programs are really helping them to find a job. Next slide. To understand the objective of the study, the first is we have to identify the major factors contributing to youth unemployment. So here we have to understand why so many young people are unemployed. To know what are the main reasons for unemployment, whether it is due to lack of experience, mismatch of skills, or whether due to personal challenges that prevents youth from getting a job. The second objective is to evaluate the role of skill development programs in improving employability. So this is to examine how training programs or workshops help young people to gain the skills they need to get a job. So the next objective is to collect practical suggestions for reducing unemployment. So collecting suggestions from students and employers on how unemployment can be reduced. And the suggestions given could be used to improve or create the young people.
Hello.
Next slide. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So my research methodology would be I have selected in my study I have selected a sample of 50 respondents in the age group of 18 to 30 years using the convenience sampling where I have used a structured questionnaire to get direct opinions from the youth where I used collected respondents to open-ended as well as closed-ended questions. And I have even used percentage analysis along with charts to interpret the data, clearly show the patterns such as employment status, reasons for unemployment, and usefulness of skill programs. The secondary data you referred would be the government reports and other reliable websites. Next. Okay, so the research findings would be the lack of experience and confidence are major barriers to employment. So the colleges should work closely with industries to give students more chances for internships and placements. Next is skill programs exist but mainly fail to meet industry requirements. So they should mainly focus on communication and interview skills. Here the students must be trained in speaking confidently and they should be also helped to face interviews well. Next is leadership, problem solving, and communication. So these are the three main top employability skills that has been identified through primary data. Next is institutions provide only practical training exposure. The skill program must match today's job market. Next is stronger government and institutional support is needed. So in order to promote, okay, so the governments as well as the institution must promote government internships for students for better in order to support and guide them. Next, to I would like to give some recommendations and suggestions that would be strengthen academic industry partnership for internships and placements. That is to give more opportunities for students. Introduce structured communication and interview reading trainings. So the students must be given training programs in the institutions. Align training programs with growing sectors like IT, healthcare, and logistics. The skill program must match today's job market and encourage entrepreneurship education and startup support. So, in order to promote entrepreneurship, young people should be encouraged with proper guidance and support. And to conclude, the unemployment is in Bangalore is not because there are no jobs, but it is mainly because students do not have right skills and enough industry exposure. And to solve this problem, the institutions and industries must work together, giving them practical learning and proper mentorship to young minds. Thank you.
Madam, that your 50 sample years, something you have given. Go back to your slide, that sampling. Say here a sample of 50 respondents years. What is that?
So that was an error, right?
It is an error. Because that is where the
Yes, sir.
confusion. Okay. Because as per the present,
Yeah.
yes, we have a soft skill training for the students, and we have certain programs which make a student ready for the industry. Because the lapses, whatever you
Yes.
are showing, even though skills are there, there is a mismatch of this thing, job skills, whatever you are giving. Because the primary data you are
Yes.
collected, whether this particular things are included in your primary data collection in the questionnaire?
Yes, sir, I have included in that.
Included, even though you will be getting maybe 50 respondents you are collecting, it may not be giving a clear insights about how exactly a student should be trained in the different aspects of the industry. Okay, just
Yes, sir,
try
because
to
of
have
the
more.
time constraint. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have more respondents for your study because you will be giving up. It is really a good thing you are taken it for your research. I'm happy for that. But try to have more respondents, have a clear insights on those things. Okay, madam. Thank you so much for your
Okay, sir.
presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Due to timing schedule, Mr. Sharat Kumar will be presenting around 12:30, and next followed by Kashvi around 12:45. So because of the timing schedule, we are moving to the offline presentation, starting with Dipesh, followed by Vion and Rakshit. So our next presenter is Deepesh, who will be doing an offline presentation.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. My name is Deepesh. My topic is the effect of corporate earning announcement on stock market performance. Corporate earning announcement is a key that provide details about the company results for the certain period like quarter or the yearly. These are the very important for the investors to invest in, like for the share, like to buy or sell or hold the shares. When results are better than expected, like when the positive results are there, that time the price, the rise, the stock price will rise, and when the negative effect are there, that time the stock price will fall. And such announcement increases market activity and volatility as investors. Like when the corporate earning announcement are done on the day, that time there is a 50-50 chance in that, like it will rise the stock price or down for the stock price. It depends upon the company's performance report. Like when the profit is there, that time the investor will gain confidence in that, and they will start to invest in that. That time the stock price will rise. And when the negative like loss is happening in the reports, that time investor feel low in confidence, and they, because for the investor they see it for the long term. Few people for the see for the short term investor, many people for the long term. That's why they mainly look for the report of the corporate earnings. Next is second slide. The objective of study to analyze how corporate earning announcement influence stock price behavior during the event window. Like next is to measure the presence of abnormal returns around earnings announcement date during the event study methodology. Next, third one is to evaluate whether investors can generate conscious gain or loss based on earning disclosure. To the investors can like to to generate conscious gains or loss. To examine the impact of positive and negative earnings surprises on stock market volatility and investor sentiment. Fifth one is to assess the efficiency of the Indian stock market incorporating earnings information in stock price. Next. Next is research plan and methodology. First, I take the research design exploratory and descriptive, focus on market reaction and earning announcement. And next is sample. I took the 20 actively traded NSE company like Wipro, TCS, ITC, HDFC Bank, Infosys, like 20 company. And took for the NSE website. Next is data source. Earning announcement dates of the report, like which when the I took from the Q4 quarter four announcement date. It will come of the March April. I took from that time 20 companies data, and the event window, like total I took when the announcement date is happened today. I took 20 days before the announcement and after the 20 days to see the checking the when effect is happening or not. And first method is to stage one market model estimation, like based on Nifty index. Next, abnormal returns. I calculate the abnormal returns of the 20 company. Next, average abnormal returns and cumulative average abnormal returns. And final, I done a t-test in. Next. Next is research findings. and earning announcement affects stock price and investor behavior. And like when the date of the earning announcement done, it affect the stock price. Like to see when the investors see the report, that time they feel like to invest or not. And investor behavior, like they look for the long term, and they to see the of the year of the yearly report, if their profit is there or loss is happening. That time investor feel bit low confident, then they withdraw the shares. And Reliance stock showed abnormal returns around the announcement date. Like Reliance stock, when the announcement is done, morning it has opened like in 1%. Then after the announcement, it goes hike for the 3%. That is happening. And cumulative abnormal returns fell after the announcement, showing negative sentiment, and positive reactions were small and short-lived. Negative news caused stronger market reaction than positive news. Like when the companies give the report of the loss, negative news, that time it affect more than the positive news, because investors always see whether there is a loss is happening or not. And the study supports semi-strong efficiency market absorb earning news quickly but not always clearly. Next. The conclusion and suggestion. The study confirmed that corporate earning announcement significantly influence stock price, investor sentiment, and market volatility. While positive news create a short-lived gains, negative surprises generally stronger than more lasting advisor effects. The decline in cumulative abnormal returns shows cautious investor behavior, providing the makes for semi-strong efficiency, absorbing information quickly, but also cleverly. Suggestion is that companies should focus on timely, transparent disclosure, and provide clear guidance for the avoid uncertainties. Investors must carefully observe abnormal returns around the announcement, because in that we have to see in the announcement date the stock price, how much percentage it increases in day. It will affect that. And investor must clearly absorb abnormal returns around announcement, adapt risk control measures like stop loss order, and not really survey on short-term reactions. Next is a reference. This is a reference I took from it. Thank you.
Okay. As per the recent H1B, anything you can see in the stock prices?
Down, sir. Down.
Down, because even if it is down, I like to have an investment. In such scenarios, how is your research plays a vital role there?
Like in few companies, we can invest for the, we can, if the prices will go down, we can have trust in that company. But in
Because you talk about the sentiment there.
yes, sir.
In such scenarios, how do your research work in such scenarios? We have. Then you should have that particular confidence in the company according to the sentiment.
Yes,
What is sentiment, by the way? Positive, negative, or neutral?
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
I'm having a neutral about that company. Still, I wanted to invest. In such scenarios, how your research plays the role there?
Like we can see about the calculation, like if the companies for the next for the 20 days, it will go up or down.
I have a sentiment neutral.
Neutral means
In such scenarios, how is your work? Okay, it's all right. You think it is the question asked in such scenarios.
okay, sir.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Next, I call upon Vion to present. Next, Rakshit, please be ready with your presentation.
Good afternoon, sir. My study on financial risk attitude and investment behavior among Generation X learners. Author of this paper are Professor Priyanka, faculty, Department of MBA, Srinivas Institute of Technology. Co-author Dr. Ajay Joseph, HOD, Department of MBA, Srinivas Institute of Technology, and the presenter Vion Pai, student, Srinivas Institute of Technology. So, introduction about the Generation Z, age from 13 to 28, mostly the young generation in the current world, are likely mostly motivated to the financial market in this era, as the most of the Gen Zs are been starting investing among in the stock market, as the literacy, financial literacy has been growing. As due to this, there will be a misconception as well as the influence of fin influencer and social media among the investing in the stock market as well, as social media play an influence role in the shaping their ideas, their decision, and well as their financial performance in the market. However, digital financial literacy is the highest need of the strongest education, reliable online sources for the investing in stock market. As the objective, next slide, please. Objective of my study is to determine the financial risk tolerance and attitude of Gen Z learners towards investment options, to identify the social media factor that influence the investment decision and behavior of Gen Z learners, to investigate interrelation between the uh, behavior, finance, and investment decision among the Gen Z learners, to assess the role of digital literacy in shaping the intention of Gen Z learners to adopt and effective utilize investment applications. Research methodology, please. Coming to the research methodology, the study using quantitative and descriptive research to design, analyze the financial risk attitude and investment behavior among the Gen Z. Primary data was collected through online survey, questionnaires distributed among the students and working individual aged from 13 to 28. A combination of conveyance sampling and snowball sampling was applied to total sample of 150 response. Secondary data was collected from the academic journals, research paper, and reputed industry publications. Next slide. Research gap coming to research gap has examined factors such as financial literacy, risk performance, behavior pattern, social influence, as well as digital literacy in investing behaviors. Most of the existing studies focus on population or multiple generation, not on specifying Gen Z. Key research gap lack on the perspective combining financial risk, attitude, social media effect, and digital literacy. Study aiming to address the gap focus on executing on Gen Z investment behavior, exploring financial risk attitude, behavior finance, social media influence, and digital research literacy to shaping the investment decisions. Data analysis, null hypothesis. There is no relationship between the investment risk attitude among Gen Z learners and self-assured confidence in investment decision. H not hypothesis. There is a relationship between the investment risk attitude among Gen Z learners and self-assessed confidence in investment decision making. Sparkman rank correlation, as the interpretation says that there is high confidence leading to preference on high risk, high return assets like stocks and crypto among Gen Zs, as well as T-square test, social media influence. We can say that no statistic relationship regarding the social media influence on decision making or in Gen Zs. Research findings confidently strong in linking with the risk related assets, as social media has no influence but statistically not signifies. Gen Z favors low risk as well as modern risk assets, as limited self-confidence in decision making. FOMO and fear of missing out has been seen in their behavior, as easy to use and secure driven apps like the brokers and platforms they use. Digital literacy's impacts on their decision making. Coming to the conclusion, Gen Z is letting their opportunity and favoring safe investment assets as confidence in risk-taking preference, as social media play their important role, and digital literacy and financial educators sharp their responsibility for the young investor. Better literacy and guidance would lead to the better decision and better wealth creation among the Gen Zs. A suggestion, introducing financial literacy in school level as well as in university level, developing an user-friendly secure gamification investment app, strengthening social media campaignings with verified financial content, encouraging peer-led investment clubs and mentorship, promoting digital financial literacy certifications. Reference. These are my reference. These are my references. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Financial background is not a legal duty, even without handling the digital.
Okay.
He started with 100 rupees or 500 rupees. Now he's investing so much.
Yes.
Only the profit. What may be the reason behind it?
There are been Gen Zs like derivative stocks mutual fund. Most of the Gen Zs like attracted early investors. They will attract the derivatives where easily money can be printed, but it will be leaded to the losses in future run. As well as mostly like when the 2021 to 2024 there was a bull run. Every investor earned a lot of profit. It was a main reason to enter the Gen Z. As it may look like a positive impact. So Gen Z invest in this stock market. As the long run, where the valuations of the stock market will be corrected, then it will be leaded to the moderated returns. Yeah. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Sir, like the social media influencer, where they teach the education about most of the teach SIPs, systematic investment plan. That is the main thing attracts the Gen Z, as they invest 100 rupees per month and 500 like that. That's the main thing commonly founded in this trend.
Thank you, sir. Our next presenter is Rakshit. Sharad Kumar S, please be ready with your next presentation.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Wait. Let it go.
I'm Rakshit. Hello. I'm Rakshit. So mainly my topic name is the impact of the digital marketing on youth buying behavior. So author name is Rakshit, student department of MBA, and co-author name is Prajwal BK, faculty department of MBA, Srinivas Institute of Technology, Valachil. Next one. So this topic mainly focus on the marketing area. So on the basis of the digital marketing and youth buying behavior, this concept will be mainly focus on. So before the digital marketing, there is one traditional marketing like TV, radio, and some other platform and banners and some other platform where there's promoting our brand, or a marketer will be promoting their brand. When digital marketing will come directly, they will connect with the audience. We can easily target the audience and it will be help to in some platform like some social media platform, e-commerce platform, and some other mobile apps. It will be a effect on the digital marketing in the market area. Comes to the youngers. Youngers mainly the interest in the digital marketing, digital way, and online way to buy the products, and they will attract on this concept. So mainly the way of the social media, it will be a Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. In other way, directly it will be go through the youngers. They can directly target to the younger audience. It will be definitely affect. If some person or a person will see in Instagram any trend is going on, any dress trend is going on, definitely they will influence that dress and they will definitely buy that particular product. It will be a more influence to the youngers. Next one. So next one. About the object of study. In an object of study, how digital marketing will create awareness of the new product among the youth. Youth will be a part of the in every nation, definitely. So when it will be a creates awareness about the new product to the awareness youth consumer, how it will be going to the awareness about the new consumer. Second objective is the analysis of the impact of the digital marketing strategy on purchase of the decision of youth buyers. How it will be going to make a decision about the buy this product. Next one is the study of the role of the online reviews and rating. How it will be affect to the buyers, youth buyers, about the reviews or comments or some other way. And explore of the over of the influence of the digital marketing on the buying of the pattern and preference of the young consumer. How it will going to affect on the young consumer or youth. Next one. About the research plan and methodology. Mainly it will be based on the survey. Around, I targeted around 100 people survey, but I got only 93. For a research reason, I consider this as 100 because of the research. And about the secondary data, based on some papers and publications and some books. So based on that, I prefer this concepts. And based on that only, I did this concept research. Next one. About the research findings, digital marketing has the found out the play a strong role in the shaping a consumer purchase decision. Like in Instagram or any Facebook, any platform, we see some ad around 17% offer is going on, or around 20% offer is going on. Definitely we influence that. Definitely a particular person will buy that because of the discount. It will be influence. And next one is the brand that engage the active on social media. We're able to build a strong connection with the customer. If a particular platform will give again discount, definitely that connection will be built with the customer. It will be built more with the customer. Next one is the discount and offer and limited time sales encourage the participant to make faster purchases. There will be some platform is there, they will give a show a limited offer, like in 2 hour they will finish this offer, like that they will show in Amazon or Flipkart. It will be encouraged to buy a particular product because of that offer or that timeline. Next one is the online ads proved effective in spreading awareness about the new product and services based on the customer review or comments or some other way. That will be help to the particular product will be that quality. We have guide to this quality is product is there. We can observe that ratings and observe that comments. It will be effect on the buyer behavior. And next one is the response are laying on the both social media influence on the online review and rating when making their purchase decision. Definitely when making some purchase, like if review is the good, around 5 out of 5 reviews there, definitely we going to buy. If that review will be 3, it be a average review. Like we will think about the product. If review is not there or not good, around 1 review is there, definitely we will not buy because of review, because of the consumer experience is there. That's the reason we will not buy. This will be effect on the use. Next one. About the conclusion part, it will be a mainly around 16 to 35 age group I focus, but mainly around 70% response will came in 21 to 25 age group. So it will be a definitely they are saying like based on response, they are saying like it will be a mainly effect on the use because of the ratings and some reviews, some comments, it will be effect to the buying behavior, or some trend is going on in a reels or in a Instagram, they will show some advertisement. It will be a main way to the consumer or a youth consumer, it will be a effect on them. So this is about the conclusion. Next one. About the suggestions part, online, they will create the online new ads, like creative ads. How going to youngers will be a effect that ads they will create that ad. How it will be influence, how it will be a target audience. They will create about the based on the youngers mindset. They will create a digital ads. Next one is the regular discount and sales. That will be encouraged, giving a good discount or a good way to reviews and all. It will be encouraged to youngers to buy that particular product. And as an influence of the social media can build the trust, giving a more connection, like giving a inbox message. If offer is there, directly going to message to the particular customer, and some other way like discounts, coupons, that will be definitely that loyalty we can maintain with the customers. Next one is the showing a genuine customer review, showing a proper customer review. In that, we can see in Amazon. In Amazon, if you click on some product, definitely we get some reviews, some comments about the customers. So we can giving a genuine reviews and customers comments. Definitely, it will be going a good way to loyalty, build a loyalty. So staying active in social media helps the brand connection better with the young buyers and create stronger loyalty. Once you give the ad or anything reels competition in social media, we can maintain that we can improve that thing in the future also. It will definitely connect with the customer, will be definitely it will grow, and youngers will be definitely comes to the particular product. Next one. These some books I referred for this research, mainly of the Jagadish and Seth and Varsha Jain, and Abhishek Sandhu and Anuji Agarwal. Mainly these all the reference I referred. Next one. Okay, thank you.
No research papers are referred?
Yes.
Research papers, only books you have referred.
Research paper also referred, but I not mentioned all things because basically some points only I mentioned, sir. Some other points in research paper only I mentioned all things, sir.
Statistics are mentioned, only theoretical things are given. At least you have done the 93 respondents.
Yes, sir.
Where is the statistics? At least you have to relate those attributes with the whatever the you are having, the findings you are having.
Yes, sir.
At least relate something. No statistics are given.
Yes, sir.
Statistics should be given, because with that data you are supposed to say there is a research finding about this, so that I can relate this particular attribute to this particular digital thing.
Yes.
That you are supposed to show. These
Yes,
are
sir.
all the theory we
Yes, sir.
But how you are given to have a platform to speak about this?
Sir, basically, sir, that objective is there, sir. I referred that objective and give a survey questions.
That's theoretically fantastic.
Sir.
But where is the foundation we have to speak about this? At least you should have a data to speak about this.
Yes,
Where
sir.
is that? At least percentage analysis, some correlation, some statistic, some p-value or some t-value you should have given.
Yes, sir.
So that we would have appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he has done it.
Yes, sir.
Theoretically, I can speak, but
Yes,
where
sir.
is the foundation for us to speak about this?
Yes, sir.
That strongness you have. You
Yes,
are
sir.
having it, but presentation there may be something lacks, but you should rectify it.
Yes, sir.
You are a very, very good presenter.
Yes, sir.
But this is the what my observation.
Yes, sir.
Try to do that.
Yes, sir.
Then it will be fantastic.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Our next presenter is Sharat Kumar S. Kashvi Nireshwalya, please be ready with your next presentation.
Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Just go ahead with your presentation.
Good afternoon, sir. My topic is influence on consumer attitude on purchase decision of counterfeit fashion products, the moderating role of personal income. And the author name is Sharat Kumar, student of Reva University. And this is the brief introduction about my topic. Today, generally, the fashion industry was growing very rapidly in the through worldwide, with the Indian emerging as a key market, like most populated countries. Alongside with this growth, the counterfeit fashion market has expanded, valued nearly at 49.8 lakh crore annually. Indian markets there are which is famous for counterfeit products only, like a first copy of the products. In Delhi, it is Sarojini Nagar. In Mumbai, it is Manish Market. Also in Bangalore, it is SP Road we have. And consumers are attracted to counterfeits due to affordability. Yeah, it may be the reason, value for money and social status they need. Where they are wearing the first copy of the product, so people might think, yeah, it is the original. There will be no difference in that. Consumer attitude plays a crucial role in influencing purchase decision of counterfeit fashion products. Yeah. Personal income acts as a moderator role in my introduction. Next slide. And these are the objectives of my study: to evaluate the impact of consumer attitude on purchase decision of counterfeit fashion products, whether there is a relationship, to know the relationship between consumer attitude and purchase decision. And second objective is to assess the moderating role of personal income between consumer attitude and purchase decision. And the third objective is to examine the influence of value consciousness, brand consciousness, and perceived risk on consumer attitude toward counterfeit fashion products. And this is the conceptual model. Brand consciousness, value consciousness, and perceived risk are the independent variable, and purchase decision is the dependent variable, and personal income acts as a moderating variable. And these are the my hypothesis, which is created based on my objectives. First, H1 is alternative is consumer attitude significantly influences purchase decision of counterfeit fashion products, and its null is consumer attitude does not significantly influence purchase decisions. And the second hypothesis setting is personal income moderates the relationship between consumer attitude and purchase decisions, and null is personal income does not moderate the relationship between consumer attitude and purchase decision. And the third alternative and null hypothesis is value consciousness, brand consciousness, and perceived risk significantly influence consumer attitude toward counterfeit fashion products. And the null is value consciousness, brand consciousness, perceived risk do not significantly influence consumer attitude towards counterfeit fashion products. And these are my research plan and methodology. My research design was quantitative research, which is did on a survey based by collecting the forum Google Forms. Sampling method is non-probability proportional sampling. Sampling size was 120 plus respondents, where I have collected the 135 respondents. Data collection tool, structured questionnaire, Google Form. Data type, primary data, survey response, and secondary data like research articles which I have referred. Study area, Indian consumers and of counterfeit fashion products who uses there. And statistical techniques that I used is descriptive statistics regression model, and the software I used is SPSS model, SPSS software. And these are all the outcomes of my research. Where in this consumer attitude, I got consumer attitude strongly predicts the purchase decision of counterfeit fashions, and favorable attitudes increase likelihood to buy counterfeit luxury goods. In the role of personal income, no significant moderation effect of income on attitude purchasing, which is a very shock. Majority of the people think if he is getting a high income, they will purchase original products. If they are getting low income, they will purchase a duplicate product. But my study says it is significantly moderation of income, attitude at no link, and attitude influences counterfeit buying consistently across income groups. Key findings of brand consciousness is brand conscious significantly shapes attitude towards counterfeits, and status and symbolic meaning drive positive attitude. And additional findings that I have found is value consciousness and perceived risk do not significantly impact attitude, attitudes, and counterfeit consumption linked closely to identify and social cynism, less to utility. And the implications for intervention should be focused on changing consumer mindset. Emphasizes authenticity, brand prestige, and the social value in campaigns, and target broad audience over narrow income specific groups. And this is the conclusion and suggestion part, where the conclusion is consumer attitude is a key driver of counterfeit luxury fashion purchases, shaped by cognitive and emotional evaluation tied to brand symbolism and social status. Economic status like personal income does not affect how attitude influence purchase decision, indicating that motivation transcend income level. Brand consciousness dominates psychological predictors, with prestige and social signing motivating favorable attitude toward counterfeits. And the fourth point for the conclusion is value consciousness and perceived risk are insignificant, suggesting that social identify needs to outweigh practical consideration and concerns. And strategies combined to counterfeiting must focus on reshaping consumer attitudes broadly through education, authentic brand engagement, and culturally resonant messaging. And tackling counterfeit markets requires an integrated approach combining behavioral change, brand empowerment, education, and reinforcement to protect luxury brand value and consumer welfare. And these are the references that I reviewed papers. I reviewed around 15 papers, majorly focuses on Kim's and Koya's.
Go back to the slide. Back. Okay. See, the second thing you are talking about, economic status, that is the personal income, does not affect the attitude influences purchase decisions. Can you give me one example where you have such thing? Second point in the conclusion.
Sir, just a minute. Sir, it is the result of regression where I did the. Hello.
Hello. Tell me.
Sir, this is the outcome of my regression analysis.
Hmm.
And
no, regression analysis, I do understand. But as per your conclusion, you are pointing out, generally, can we do so?
Yeah, generally we can do in only some particulars, like if you are purchasing any shoe which is branded shoe, if your income is you are purchasing is not that only high income people will purchase original brands, like people who are getting high income but they will don't like to waste their money, so they will purchase the lower quality products.
Okay, economic status also doesn't matter about the purchase of anything, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At least can you quote one real example?
Real example.
Is it working? Okay, all right. Thanks for the presentation. Okay, just think about it. This is what I have observed. Okay, think about it. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Next, Kashi, please be ready with your presentation.
Respected dignitaries, faculty members, fellow researchers, and participants. I am Kashvi of Manipal Institute of Technology, and today I will be sharing insights from our paper titled The Power of Consumer Mimicry in Influencer-Driven Purchases. And our work is specifically focuses on sport influencers. And in the expanding field of digital marketing, social media influencers, or SMIs for short, I'll be using this term a lot in today's presentation. SMIs, it stands for social media influencers. They have become highly sought after for their ability to shape followers' opinions and emotions through the content that they create and the relationships that they maintain across various platforms. SMIs, they are often idolized by their followers, and these followers, they actively seek to emulate or to mimic their lifestyle, their choices, behaviors, etc. And this phenomenon of consumer mimicry, it holds significant potential not only in influencing purchasing behavior, but also in enhancing the consumer well-being. When this is guided by credible and responsible influencers, mimicry can encourage positive outcomes. The purpose of this investigation is to examine the interrelationship between consumer mimicry, consumer well-being, and the broader implications for marketers, offering insights into how this psychological mechanism it can be leveraged for both consumer benefit as well as for strategic marketing advantage. So the objectives of this study. The objectives of the study are the study aims to explore three key aspects. First, how sports influences authenticity, trustworthiness, and credibility influences consumer mimicry. Second, the relationship between consumer mimicry and consumer well-being in influencer marketing. And third, how both mimicry and
Hello. Your objectives are not visible.
I think it is the I think it's a glitch, sir, or maybe a different. Sorry, sir, I'm not sure if
Just go ahead. Ah,
the third.
no, you are not given it properly, I believe.
Okay, so our team conducted a thorough literature review, and based on the literature, hypothesis was framed, and based on those so this image it shows the classification of SMIs. So there are mainly four major classifications. Firstly, there are the mega influencers. These are the influencers who have a follower count of above 1 lakh, and this can include celebrities such as movie stars or very famous sports persons, etc. And it can also include social media stars who have gained fame through the particular platform. Next up, we have macro influencers. These are the influencers that have a follower count between 10,000 to 1 lakh followers. And they, in this case, agents are possible. So they will contribute, like they'll do paid collaborations and all that. So whatever enthusiasm they demonstrate towards the brand, it might not necessarily be genuine because they may work with a number of business in at that particular time. Next up, we have micro influencers. So these are the influencers that have a follower count between 1,000 to 10,000 followers, and they have developed subject matter knowledge in a certain domain, and they their communication style it resonates with their audience. Next up, the fourth type is the nano influencers, which have about 10,000, about 1,000 followers, and they have very strong level of trust with their audience. So based on the literature review, our team it has made a conceptual model. So basically in this model, follow the elements on the left, that is follow SMI congruence, trustworthiness, sports influencer credibility, sports influencer authenticity. These are all the independent variables which lead to consumer mimicry, and that further leads to consumer well-being, and ultimately it leads to social media word of mouth and sorry, can you move to the next slide? Social media word of mouth and purchase intention. So the research plan or methodology. The methodology that we have used is quantitative methodology. Initially, there was a pilot study which was conducted with 40 responses to confirm the questionnaire appropriateness in the study environment. And after analyzing it, a main study was carried out with 250 respondents using Google Forms. The respondents were provided with a 5-point Likert scale, where 1 was for strongly agree, 2 was for disagree, 3 for neutral, 4 for agree, and 5 for strongly agree. Our research uses PLS-SEM, which is a type of structural equation model for data analysis, and it was carried out with the smart PLS software to test both the measurement validity and the structural relationships in the model. For the data analysis, the data which was obtained, it was analyzed through smart PLS and using the partial least squares structural equation modeling. These figures, it represents the demographics of the participants. So as you can see, 53% of people who responded were male, 43 were female, and 4% were others. And when we talk in terms of age group, between the age group of 18 to 21, there were 27% of the respondents. 22 to 25 years of age, there were 37% of the respondents. And 25 to 30 years of age, there were 27% of respondents. And above the age of 30, there were only 9% of the respondents. So, assessment of the measurement model. So, 3 factors were used in the study to evaluate the measurement model, which were discriminant validity, convergent validity, and internal consistency. When the measurement item, internal consistency, reliability, assessed using Cronbach's alpha, all values were found to be above 0.70. Average variance extracted, that is AVE, composite reliability CR, was used to assess convergent validity, and CR ratings were above 0.7 for every component, while AVE values were greater than 0.5, indicating satisfactory results. Since all of the HKMT and SLC estimations were smaller than 1, we did not find any problem with the discriminant validity in this investigation. Moreover, the SRMR criterion was used to evaluate the overall model fit. And with an SRMR score of 0.077, we saw that the model fit was sufficient. So now, assessment. Next. So assessment of the structural model, the S square scores for each proposed relationship are displayed in this table, and all the proposed hypotheses showed p-values of less than 0.8, thus the path coefficient decisions were supported. Yeah, this is like a pictorial representation of whatever was showed in the previous table. Next slide. This study is grounded in Bandura's social learning theory. It explores how influencer traits impact consumer memory, consumer well-being, and word of mouth and purchase intent. On the other, the analysis, it reveals that among the various factors influencing rural status. I'm sorry, there has been an error in the CT, but I'll be discussing content. Okay, so the study at consumer mimicry, consumer well-being as supplementary cue to the literature on influencer marketing and social learning. Customers feel uneasy and skeptical about social media influencers because its intangibility and anonymity. A key factor in lowering fear and guaranteeing consumer well-being is the trustworthiness of influencers. Credibility had a considerable impact on consumer memory. Imitation techniques are used by consumers to establish attitudes when they are unable or unwilling to digest the information. Consumers frequently adopt other people's consuming habits, and this imitation might change one's preferences for the consumed good. Consumer mimicry has had a positive relationship with the followers' well being, which in turn positively influence the word of mouth and the purchase intention. Since social media influencers post themselves frequently on social media, this is cited as a study opportunity for social media word of mouth as well as increased purchase intention. Now, to the conclusion, by shedding light on the variables influencing consumer mimicry, consumer well-being, and purchase intention within the framework of influencer marketing, study advances the influencer marketing field. These results provide insightful information about social media influencers, follower fit, and the authenticity and credibility of influencers in shaping the exclusive and followers' intention. The theoretical implications of both are the present study finds a positive association between mimicry as a peripheral cue and a favorable positive outcome, supporting the significance of imitation in dual purpose theories and influencer marketing. The managerial implications are marketing managers must focus on influencer selection criteria, trust and authenticity emphasis, data driven decision making, and continuous monitoring and adaptation for maximum utilization of influencer marketing. Next slide. Okay, the limitations, and I would like to discuss the limitations and future direction. So consumer well-being may also be impacted by other influencer qualities, including friendliness, informativeness, attractiveness, and fear of missing out. So further research can focus on these variables. Furthermore, our research it was conducted inside Instagram's framework, which limits the study's applicability. So the further research it may look at new social media platforms such as say Twitter or Snapchat or many others, YouTube, etc. And it can cross-analyze with a larger and wider representative sample in order to enhance comprehension and generalizability. So, the references have been yeah, with that, I come to conclusion. I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you, one and all, for this.
Okay, thanks for the presentation, madam.
As we come to the end of today's paper presentation, we take this moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Shashidhar Kini, HOD, Department of MCA, Srinivas Institute of Technology, and today's moderator for guiding and supporting us throughout this event. Now I request Professor Ashwini to present the token of gratitude. With this, I respectfully hand over this session to Professor Ashwini, coordinator of 2 days international conference, to formally wrap it up.
Good afternoon, everyone, esteemed moderators, respectful participants. It's my pleasure to offer a few words to close this remarkable event. The last 2 days have been instrumental to our power of collaboration and innovation. We received an impressive 101 papers across 3 tracks: science, technology, and management, all focused on spirit of innovation. I had like special thanks to highlight the strong showing of management tracks. We had received 25 papers, nearly in HR, marketing, and finance, and almost 20 plus papers in technology and remaining papers in the science stream. So moreover, the papers we have received is totally related to innovation, starting from the cutting edge of AI and related to the new technology with respect to even the management areas. So we are heartfelt thanks to our participant for showing their true interest in paper and in submitting timely and effort to the conference. And also I should mention the special thanks for the all participant being in the track as they have mentioned and timely support. And at this moment, I would like to thank my keynote speaker who has started the talk with an innovation, and it was a key spirit for the conference. And also I thank to my moderators, Dr. Dharmananda M, Dr. Veena S. Rai, Dr. Shashidhar Kini K, Dr. Savita S. Rai for the expertise in guiding the sessions. So totally, it is one satisfactory conference, and I welcome such more competitors or participant in our coming future conferences. For this, I'll wrap up formally the conference. The feedback will be shared with the participant, and also immediately you will be given a link for the participation certificate. And regarding the publication, we will shortly let you know. My team will communicate you with regarding the publication. So thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I call upon Diksha dear to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of MBA department. First and foremost, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our moderator, Dr. Shashidhara Kini K, HOD Department of MCA, Srinivas Institute of Technology, for your insightful guidance and for your gracefully moderating today's session. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to Dr. Ajoy S. Joseph, HOD, Department of MBA, Srinivas Institute of Technology, for his continuous encouragement and support in making this event a success. Thank you, sir. I would also like to thank Mrs. Ashwini, Conference Coordinator, Department of MBA. Thank you, ma'am, for your support and efforts behind the great event and for coordinating this event so efficiently. I express my heartfelt thanks to the faculty coordinators of MBA department for your enthusiastic support for making this event a success. Thank you. And finally, a big thanks to both online and offline presenters for your active engagement throughout the session. Your presence and participation truly made this event more meaningful. I would also like to thank each one of you gathered here. Let us carry forward the knowledge and inspiration we gained today. Once again, thank you one and all. Have a great day ahead. Thank you. Now I request Professor Mithun Raj B, Assistant Professor, Department of MBA, to hand over the letter of appreciation to Shashidhara Kini K, HOD, Department of MCA. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Diksha.